You are listening to Pendleton Bulldog Football, brought to you by Longhorn Steakhouse, right here on 105.1 WABB Spirit Radio. Welcome in to the Guys Pizza of Sandy Springs pregame show. We have an awesome matchup on tap tonight between the 5-3 Pendleton Bulldogs and the 8-0 BHP Bears. And for a matchup as high profile as this one, sometimes you got to go to the bullpen and find you a top-notch, high-caliber broadcaster. And we have done that tonight, bringing in Cam Souther, my roommate from Clemson, making his debut tonight on the broadcast. Cam, so great to be with you this evening.
That's right. I'm happy to be here, Sam.
Absolutely. And before we go any further, we'd love to take a moment to thank each and every one of our sponsors who make this broadcast possible each and every single week. Getting Chili Ice Cream Truck, Empire Homes, Rains on Exchange, Rogers Petroleum Incorporated, Guys Pizza, Empire Homes, Pendleton Historic Foundation, West Cox Attorney at Law, Liberty Hall Bed and Breakfast, Black Tie of Anderson, Foothills Community Church, Crenshaws TV and Appliances, Tiger Express Wash, Ken Rowland State Farm, and Mac.Bid, all, of course, under our title sponsor, Longhorn Steakhouse, which you heard at the beginning of the broadcast. Well, Cam, you got two teams coming in off of some win streaks. Pendleton starting the season 1-3, but they've bounced back to win each of their last four games. They sit at 5-3 overall, 2-0 in Region 1 in 3A play. BHP, on the other hand, riding an 8-game winning streak. They lost in the state championship of 3A a season ago. They are 8-0 this season, 2-0 in Region 1 3A play. The Bears averaging 48.5 points per game and only allowing 9 points per game to their opponents. We've really got a matchup of two teams who are hitting their stride this season, but definitely one in which the Bulldogs are going to come in as massive underdogs.
That's right. Yes, Sam. I'm really excited for this one. I'll tell you, I think we're in store for a good one tonight. Both teams have been looking really good here recently, and I think the Pendleton I think they match up really good with this team. So I'm really excited for this.
Absolutely. Well, if you haven't been with us all season, it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride for the Pendleton Bulldogs. Started off the season on the road at Chesney. That was a 35-21 defeat at the hands of the Chesney Eagles. Then bounced back a week later with a win over the Keenan Raiders at home in Cunningham Stadium, 19-0, to move to 1-1 on the season. Then September 5th, the Bulldogs hosted the Woodmont Wildcats and unfortunately lost a 28-21 thriller in overtime, a game which included some heroics by the then quarterback Dax Allen, leading a 2-minute drill drive to send the game into overtime. That was a really exciting finish that had Ty Miller scoring a 42-yard touchdown to send the game to overtime. Then the next week, Pendleton lost 35-7 at the hands of the Powdersville Patriots. Really a game which they were never really competitive in, unfortunately. But since then, the Bulldogs have rattled off home wins against Carolina Academy and West Oak, 41-6 and 40-14, and they've also gone on the road and won 45-20 and 35-0 over Travelers Rest and Walhalla, respectively. For Belton Honeypath, they come into this season, as I said earlier, 8-0. They defeated Broome in Week 0 on the road, 49-9. Then they moved on and played Greer at home, won that one 42-19. In Week 3, they played Lawrence, won on the road 43-10. Beat Westside 42-6. Beat Palmetto 49-0. Beat Chapman 45-0. Beat West Oak 63-0. And then last week, the first team to score more than 19 points on them last week were the Crescent Tigers. So that was a 55-28 win for the BHP Bears over the Crescent Tigers. While we have a little bit of time, I wanted to tell you a little bit about some of the impact players that you're going to be hearing from tonight for the BHP Bears. It's going to start with senior quarterback number 7, 5'11", 170, Noah Thomas. He is 85 for 132 on the season passing for a 1,264 yards, 17 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. But he also can beat you on the ground. 41 carries for 389 yards and 7 touchdowns. So, Cam, this is a quarterback that's savvy. 24 total touchdowns and only 2 interceptions on the season.
Right, yeah, and one player I want to highlight on the defense for the Bulldogs is Fisher Saylor. I think a really big player for the Bulldogs tonight. He tallied up a whole lot of technical losses. And I feel like when he comes in on defense against the Bears, I feel like he can make a big impact in this game and really help the Bulldogs move forward.
Absolutely. Fisher Saylor is having a monster season for the Bulldogs, really spearheading that defensive line. 11.5 tackles for loss. Now at this time, we are having the captains meeting at midfield as we are getting set for this game that really is going to decide who is in first place in the region standings. As I said, both teams coming in 2-0, and the winner of this one would be squarely in the driver's seat for Region 1 3A contention. Of course, the Bulldogs still have to play Crescent on the road, at home next week in Cunningham Stadium. This one's going to go a long way to tell who's going to win the region this season. Captains for tonight's game, first for Pendleton, senior number 2, Dax Allen, senior number 5, Trent Garner, senior number 9, Bray Spear, and senior number 70, Corday Chapman. For the Bears, senior defensive back number 6, KJ Miles, senior number 7, Noah Thomas, senior number 23, Jakari Anderson, and senior number 53, Brady Spearman. The Bears also lining up with every single senior of the senior class kind of as secondary captains here tonight for the Bears. Last season, in the matchup between these two teams, BHP dominated behind the legs of Marquez Henderson. They won that one 48-7 in Cunningham Stadium, a very comfortable win. And tonight, Cam, is actually the 15th meeting of all time between these two programs, and the BHP Bears have won all 14 previous matchups. 10 of those matchups came under current head coach Russell Blackston. He is 10-0 against the Bulldogs, looking to make that 11-0 here tonight. Of course, Grayson Howell for the Bulldogs head coach in his 5th season as the Pendleton football head coach. BHP's Russell Blackston in his 16th season as BHP's head coach. He is 141-44 overall, Cam. That is utter dominance, especially for an upstate power in high school football.
That's right, Sam. And one thing I did want to point out, it looks like the teams both ran on the field here. Did want to mention 3 super quick keys to the game for your Pendleton Bulldogs. Number 1, establish the run. Looks like BHP's missing 2 interior defensive linemen, and Pendleton's fully healthy on the offensive line, so I think we can really make an impact there. Number 2, avoid costly mistakes. Bulldogs cannot afford to commit any penalties that stall drives. They need to. They can't turn the ball over against this talented Bears team. And number 3, Sam, just embrace the moment. I feel like you just mentioned a second ago, the winner of tonight's game really has the driver's seat for the region championship. So the Bulldogs really need to be on their best football. They need to play the best of the season tonight, and this will really show how good this team is.
Wow, Cam, would have never guessed you were a rookie broadcaster. Those were 3 great keys to the game, super fitting for tonight's contest. We are about 2 minutes away from this game getting kicked off, so just wanted to introduce you to a few other of the BHP Bears offensive superstars. Number 4, running back MJ Earl, has 71 carries this season for 553 yards, 13 rushing touchdowns. That's good for 7.8 yards per carry for MJ Earl. Number 5, wide receiver Taj Watson-Martin, if you remember from last season, had a monster game against the Bulldogs, including 3 receiving touchdowns. He has 26 catches this season for 471 yards and 5 touchdowns. He's a guy who's being looked at by several D1s as a potential defensive back at the next level, but he's doing well at receiver here in high school, plays both ways. Defensively for the BHP Bears, 3 impact players. Number 8, linebacker Ty DuBose. Number 43, linebacker Ty Rainey. And number 6, defensive back KJ Miles. That's going to do it for our Guys Pizza pregame show. Now it's time for kickoff between the Pendleton Bulldogs and the BHP Bears. Quickly, our uniform report sponsored by Black Tie of Anderson. Bulldogs in their white tops with black stripes on the side, black numerals, gold helmets, and black pants. For the BHP Bears, red jerseys, red pants, white numerals with navy helmets, and that red paw logo on the helmet as well. Brody Sprayberry's got the ball on the tee at the 40-yard line, and the quest for the region championship is underway. Brody Sprayberry's kick is going to bounce at the 30-yard line and be fielded. Then stepping out of bounds on the far sideline is number 12 for BHP. That is DeJuan Walker. So BHP will be taking over at its own 27-yard line to start the game.
Here we go, Sam. Let's play some football. I'm excited for tonight.
We hope you listeners will stay with us all night. We hope to have a thrilling game here between the BHP Bears and the Pendleton Bulldogs. BHP comes out. They're moving from our right to left as we get things underway. Noah Thomas, the quarterback, in the backfield with his running back, MJ Earl. Three receivers to their left. Thomas takes the snap. He's going to fire quickly for Taj Watson. Martin, he fields it at the 24-yard line. He's going to get all the way across the 40 for being pushed out of bounds at the 42-yard line. And we do have a flag on the play during the run after catch. Officials talking about what this penalty is going to be. It looks like BHP is walking back, so they think it's on them, and it is. It's going to be holding against the Bears. That will negate the big gain on the screen on first down by Taj Watson Martin.
And I think that's one thing we need to look at for the Bulldogs is those screen plays, just like that was an example. I know it was a holding, but it looks like they had really good blocking on that. And I think that's one big play they need to watch out for tonight.
Absolutely. BHP loves to get its playmakers in space. After the penalty, we're going to be...
they're moving the ball back up.
Yeah, it'll be 1st and 6. So they're saying the holding occurred after he had already gotten enough yardage for the first down. So they're going to have the ball now at the 31-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 6. And the shotgun is Thomas. He's going to hand it off to MJ Earl. MJ Earl patiently trying to find a hole behind his offensive line. But a great job by the Pendleton Bulldog defensive line. A couple guys in there on the tackle, Fisher Sailors and Michael Dixon. Just a gain of about 3 yards. So a nice job on first down, limiting the rushing attack of MJ Earl. Bring up 2nd down and 3 from the 34-yard line. 2 receivers to the right. Tight end in the formation for the quarterback, Thomas. Thomas hands it off on 2nd down to MJ Earl. MJ Earl plows ahead for the first down. Would not be denied. He is up to the 41-yard line for a fresh set of chains, right around where Taj Watson Martin went out of bounds before the penalty drove the Bears back 10 yards. Great crowd on hand tonight at Marley Granborough Field here at BHP. They are excited, as excited as we are, for this showdown between the Bulldogs and the Bears.
Yes, Sam, and it's senior night for the Bears. And I think these seniors are coming to play. They're 8-0 on the season, and I think they're really looking to move this season forward and just get a win on their senior night.
Definitely what they're looking to do. And subbing in now for the Bulldogs, Jaden Wilson, plays some offensive line, but also coming in to help the defensive line and run support. After some substitutions, 1st and 10 from the 41 for BHP. Noah Thomas in the shotgun, nobody in the backfield with him. Do a little pop pass to Taj Watson Martin. Martin reverses the field, gets across the 50 before finally being taken down by members of the Bulldogs secondary, but not before he gets all the way into Pendleton territory at the 41-yard line. A gain of about 20 yards on the play. And Cam, it looks like he's one of those guys that they really want to get the ball in space to.
That's right. You know, Sam, he's really quick. He's one of their main playmakers, and they're really looking to get him the ball any chance they get, because just like that was an example, he's really making a dent with his legs.
Another first down, another screen pass. This one caught by number 19, Jaden Glenn, on the far sideline. Bobbled it for a moment, was able to haul it in, then got about 3 or 4 yards after the catch. So it seems like here early, BHP really trying to test this Pendleton secondary on the edge. Substitution now for BHP coming out of the game. number 45, Brody Riddle. Into the game is number 18, Nick Sargent. That brings up second down and 6 for BHP from the Bulldog 37-yard line. 9:40 remaining in the first quarter. Noah Thomas, the quarterback, in the backfield with his running back, MJ Earl. Thomas takes a snap, hands it off to Earl. Earl, a couple of cuts in the backfield. He's got some open space. Into the second level, off of a couple of tackles, and finally brought down, but not before he reaches the Pendleton 14-yard line. The flag comes in after the play. Did you see anything extracurricular on the play?
I did not, Sam. I think it looks like that ball's staying where it's at. The officials are discussing it right now.
Probably going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. Just not sure if it's going to be against the Bulldogs or against the Bears. We're going to have to see here. Still having some discussion.
Oh, looks like it's on the Bears.
It's against the Bears. So that's a fortunate break for the Bulldogs. That's going to move the ball 15 yards back. So it's going to be it's going to be first down, but now, okay, they are going to move the chain. So instead of a 1st and 25, it's going to be 1st and 10. But the ball does come all the way back to the 29-yard line. So a bit of a break for this Bulldog defense as MJ Earl with a big gain on that play. Not sure who the unsportsmanlike conduct was on, but whoever it was on really set the BHP Bears back on this drive. 9 minutes and 12 seconds left in the first quarter. The opening drive of the game, BHP has it in Pendleton territory. First down. Noah Thomas rolls out to his left after faking the handoff off of the hands of an intended receiver and almost intercepted by Savion Johnson. The intended receiver on the play was the tight end, Nick Sargent. And Cam, he was so close to intercepting that pass, which was a little high for Sargent.
He was, just off his hands. That would have been a big play for the Bulldogs.
It's going to bring up second down and 10 from the same spot. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter of action. Bears have it 2nd and 10, right in between the hashes in Bulldog territory. Thomas takes a shotgun snap. He's looking to throw. Has the receiver looking for the back right corner of the pylon, and he overshoots Taj Watson-Martin, who had a step on Zy Collimore, the defensive back for Pendleton. Just not quite on the same page there, as Taj Watson-Martin did have a couple of steps, but unfortunately for the Bears, out of the reach. And this brings up a pivotal 3rd down and 10 for this Pendleton defense, who has a chance to get off the field here. 3rd down and 10, 2 receivers to the left with the tight end in the formation. Unfortunately, with the hard count by the quarterback, Thomas, he gets the Pendleton defense to jump off sides. That'll make what was going to be a 3rd down and 10 a lot more manageable for the Bears. It'll be 3rd and 5. Cam, if you're BHP, you've had a lot of success on the edge here. Are you running the ball? Are you going for a quick screen play? What's your play call here if you're in charge for the Bears?
I'll tell you, Sam, I'm going with the screen play to Martin. Like I said, they're looking to get him the ball, and just on that deep pass to the end zone, they're looking to him. So I think that's who I'd go with.
Same formation. They fake the handoff, and Thomas is going to keep it himself. Thomas has enough for the first down. Going to be tackled at the 15-yard line, a 10-yard gain. I thought I saw a flag on the play, but I suppose not. It'll bring up 1st and 10. Oh, it is. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bulldogs. So early on this drive, already 2 unsportsmanlike conducts, 1 on each team. So that should move the ball up half the distance to the goal. Actually, it's going to be a sideline warning. So now 1st down and 10 for the Bears from the 15 for the Bulldogs. Handing it off up the middle is MJ Earl. MJ Earl across the 5, tackled inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. Really wasn't touched until he reached the 3rd level of the defense. Now the Bulldogs defense has their backs against the wall. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 4 for the BHP Bears.
And coming in, Sam, for the Bulldogs is Jaden Wilson. They're really looking to hammer that line to prevent the run. That's what the Bears are looking to do, is run it up the middle.
1st and goal from the 4. Another pop pass, this time to number 14, Jacobs Paul. Paul on the end around is going to be brought down for a loss. Great tackle by Bradley Runyon coming in from his linebacker position. The Bears lose a yard on the play, actually 2 yards. So loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal now from the 6. Long drive for the Bears. 10 plays so far. It's gone over 4 minutes as we have 7 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Bulldogs defense now facing a 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Shotgun formation. Thomas takes a snap, rolls out to his right, fires for his own, caught for the touchdown for the Bears by number 19, Jaden Glenn. His 6-yard touchdown opens the scoring tonight between the Bears and the Bulldogs, and BHP has a really nice light show going on to celebrate the touchdown. Jaden Glenn with just his 4th touchdown of the season. It's going to put the BHP Bears on top 6-0 pending the extra point. On to kick is number 30, Benji Ward. Looking to add the extra point here with 7:27 remaining in the first quarter of action. Snap the hold, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 7:27 remaining in the first quarter, BHP strikes first. They lead over the Pendleton Bulldogs 7-0. Here a quick word from our sponsors, and on the other side, the Bulldogs will have the football. You're listening to 105.1 WABB Spirit Radio. Attention, ghost hunters. Imagine it's dark and you're being led by candlelight through a 200-year-old haunted plantation home. Sound scary? Sound fun? Don't miss your chance to be part of this once-a-year only event. Visit www.pendletonhistoricfoundation.org and purchase tickets to the wildly popular Pendleton Ghost Tours. Limited tickets will be sold, not for the faint of heart, and no one under 17 will be admitted. Call John at 864-646-7249 or visit www.pendletonhistoricfoundation.org today. Pendleton Historic Foundation, preserving and interpreting Pendleton's history. Go Bulldogs. Sam Goodrow, Cam Souther back with you here from Marley Gambrell Field at Belton Honey Baptist High School. The Bears lead 7-0 over the Pendleton Bulldogs after the 6-yard receiving touchdown by Jaden Glenn from Noah Thomas. Capped off a long drive by the Bears, 4 minutes and 33 seconds to put them on top 7-0. Bulldogs set to receive their first kickoff of the game. Jace Harrison Whitner and Sam Jennings back deep to return. Kick is away. It's going to be caught by Sam Jennings at the 5-yard line. Jennings looking to reverse the field at the 10-yard line. Doesn't have the speed to outrun the BHP kickoff unit. He's tackled at the 10 by number 23, Jakari Anderson, one of the captains tonight. Cam, maybe not the best decision there to try to reverse the field and really run a lot of yards for not much gain.
That's right, Sam. I feel like that might not have been the best move on that, returning that far. But I am looking forward to seeing this Bulldog offense coming out here. One thing that stood out to me on defense, like I mentioned, number 2, for the keys of the game is to avoid costly mistakes. There were a lot of penalties on that play, on that drive, and I feel like when they can prevent those, they can get some stops.
First drive for the Bulldogs starting off at their own 10-yard line. Allman takes a snap, looks to hand it off to Bray Spear on the first play of the game, and nothing doing for Bray Spear. He runs into a wall made up of 4 BHP defensive linemen. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. Bulldogs moving from our left to right. Bulldogs stationed out on the far sideline here as we're in the home press box. Really nice setup here at Belton Honey Baptist High School in Belton, South Carolina. 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs. 3 receivers to the right. A running back in the formation is Spear with Allman. Allman takes a snap. He's looking to throw. Green pass is caught by Spear at the 5. Spear just looking to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he cannot. Screen pass is going to go for a loss of a yard on the play. Cam, one thing that's really standing out to me so far, just 2 plays in, this BHP Bears defense really flies to the football as a team.
That's right. They're alive tonight. They're really all the whole defense is looking towards the ball. They're all moving towards the ball the second it's caught. I think the offense needs to create separation. They need to find that separation. Make those big plays happen.
Absolutely. Well, an early test for this Pendleton offense. 3rd down and 11. In the shotgun is Allman. He's going to fire over the middle, complete for Ty Miller, but nowhere near enough for first down yardage. He gains 5 on the play. The Bulldogs are going to go 3 and out on their first possession, unfortunately. And really, I can't help but think back to the decision by Sam Jennings to not only not let the ball go into the end zone for a touchback, but also trying to reverse the field instead of probably could have at least gotten to the 20 or the 25-yard line, but instead the drive starts at the 10-yard line, and then the Bulldogs just unable to get anything going.
That's right, Sam. Looking for a good punt here to back up the Bears' offense.
Back deep to return is number 5, Taj Watson-Martin, not giving much respect to the punter, Sam Jennings. Jennings hits the punt away, and it's blocked. It is blocked and going to go out of bounds at the 6-yard line, actually the 5. An early mistake on special teams as the punt coverage unit not blocking well enough for Sam Jennings, and his punt is blocked. Really lucky were the Bulldogs that wasn't a touchdown. That's going to set the Bears up with obviously prime field position inside the 5-yard line, or right at the 5-yard line, I have a feeling this drive is going to be a lot shorter than the last one for the Bears. First down and goal from the 5. What a turn of events here early at Marley Gambrell Stadium. Coming in motion is the running back, M.J. Earl. They'll get it to him on a pop pass, and coming in and wrecking havoc is Trent Garner, the defensive end who missed some time due to an injury earlier this season. He comes in and makes a play on the first play of the second drive. Loss of 1 on the play.
That's right, Sam. The Bulldogs are happy to have him back. He's really a good playmaker on the defense, and just like that, getting in the backfield, coming after that quarterback.
Absolutely. Brings up second down and goal now from the 6-yard line for BHP. Noah Thomas takes a snap, hands it off this time to M.J. Earl, and Earl tripped up as he dives for the goal line. His knee comes down just a couple yards short. It'll be third down and goal from the 2. Bulldogs got to be ready for another possible run here. BHP gets to the line quickly, third and goal. Snap it, handed off to M.J. Earl. M.J. Earl lumbering ahead, and he is into the end zone for the BHP touchdown. This time coming from just 2 yards out. A 2-yard rushing touchdown by M.J. Earl puts the BHP Bears up 2 scores here early. 4:19 remaining in the first quarter of action.
Looks like we have a player hurt on the field, a Bulldog.
Looks like number 50. That is Michael Dixon. So while he is tended to, we'll hear from our sponsors. BHP leads 13-0 here early. At Belton Honey Path High School, you're listening to Pendleton Bulldog Football, brought to you by Longhorn Steakhouse, right here on 105.1 WABB Spirit Radio. Is your vehicle in need of a wash right now? Visit any Tiger Express Wash location in Clemson, Easley, Pendleton, or Seneca. You can be through the tunnel with a clean, dry car in about 3.5 minutes. Plus, with the Anywhere Unlimited Fast Pass, keep that shine with a wash as often as you like at any of our upstate locations. Customers enjoy an eco-friendly, fun jungle theme and free vacuum use. Tiger Express Wash. More locations, same quality care. Why not beat the heat with a cool, sweet treat? Book Kitten Chili, your hometown traditional ice cream truck, for your next event. Sam Goodrow, Cam Souther back with you here from Belton Honey Path High School. The Bears lead 13-0. And they are lining up as if they are going for the 2-point conversion here after the injury to Michael Dixon. Ball's placed at the 3-yard line for the try. BHP does have the offense out. Noah Thomas coming out in the shotgun with M.J. Earl in the slot out to his right with another receiver, and then a receiver, number 15, Rhett Turner, to his left. Coming in motion is Earl. Had a false start, though. Number 18, Nick Sargent, the tight end, jumped, and that's going to be a false start. So now after the false start, it looks like the specialist will trot on to attempt the extra point. BHP lining up as if they were going to go for 2, end up with the false start, and they will kick the extra point to try to go up 14-0. Great crowd on hand here for the Bears. Not many empty seats in the entire stadium for the undefeated BHP Bears, celebrating their senior night tonight. A nice ceremony for the seniors pregame. So with the penalty, it makes the extra point come from 25 yards out. Benji Ward on to attempt. Snap is good. The hold is down, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 4:19 remaining in the first quarter, after the costly blocked punt that set the Bears up with field position at the 5-yard line, just 3 plays later, they punch it in with a 2-yard M.J. Earl touchdown on the ground to go up 14-0. Obviously, Cam, the Bulldogs really need a response here on offense.
That's right, Sam. It's hard to do something on defense when the offense starts on the 5-yard line, but I do like the fight they put up. It looks like the goal line defense is looking good. They're really getting after the quarterback, and I think when they can prevent those big plays like they did in that opening drive, they were stopping them from making those big plays downfield, and I think that's really a key that they need to prevent in the game.
Absolutely. Well, BHP absolutely dominating the time of possession so far. They've possessed the football for about 7 minutes, with the Bulldogs only possessing the football a little over a minute. That's definitely going to need to change if the Bulldogs are going to be competitive in this football game. But as we've been saying, it's been all BHP Bears so far here at home for senior night.
Yeah, Sam, it looks like they tried to do a little onside kick. Looks like the Bulldogs are going to start with the ball here at the 40.
Yeah, much better field position here for the Bulldogs after kind of a pooch kick by BHP. And with Pendleton's last drive starting at their own 10-yard line, they get a lot better field position here starting at their own 40. So hopefully Jackson Allman and the rest of the offense can take advantage here as the Bulldogs have it 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line on the right hash, moving from our left to right. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Allman. In the backfield with him is Spear. Allman takes a snap, will fire a bubble screen to Sam Jennings out in space, caught at the 40. Still on its feet is Sam Jennings, more than enough for the first down and into BHP Bears territory for the first time tonight. 15-yard gain on the play for Sam Jennings. That looked like an RPO concept executed to perfection by Jackson Allman.
That did, Sam. If they can keep that up tonight, that offense may be keeping on rolling.
Definitely the most successful play on offense so far for the Bulldogs. Just their 4th play they've run so far with the 3-and-out on their opening drive. Hopefully the Bulldogs can stack together some successful plays here. Jackson Allman gets the play from the sideline, breaking the huddle. Now 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the Bears' 45-yard line. Coming in motion right to left is Sam Jennings from the slot receiver position. Allman takes a snap, looking to throw. Pressure in his face. He's flushed out to his left. Going to be forced to throw it out of bounds as he was rolling to his left. But an incomplete pass. Wasn't sure if they were going to call intentional grounding there, as his little shovel pass did not reach the line of scrimmage. Came back about a yard short. But no damage done yet. So 2nd down and 10 from the same spot. Now the ball on the left hash. 4:06 to go in the first quarter. The Bulldogs trail the BHP Bears, undefeated in region play and overall, 14-0. Line judge blows the whistle, and we have a stoppage. They get things figured out, and the line judge will resume his position on the near sideline. Now we have 2nd and 10 from the Bears' 45-yard line. Jackson Allman takes a snap, hands it off up the middle to Bray Spear, and Spear had to work for the 3 yards he gained on that run up the middle. It'll be 3rd down and 7 now from the BHP 42-yard line. Might be a spot on the field where Coach Howell might consider this 4-down territory, kind of no man's land for a punt. Hopefully the Bulldogs won't have to worry about that here. 3rd down and 7 from the Bears' 42-yard line for Pendleton. Allman in the shotgun, motioning left to right is Jennings. Kind of a busted play. They hand it off to Spear, and Spear driven back for a 2-yard loss. Really weird timing on that play. You had Jennings coming in motion left to right, then the snap coming right after. Then all of a sudden you had 3 Pendleton players right there around the ball. BHP was not confused at all about what was going on. They tackle Sam Jennings for a 2-yard loss. Offense staying out there. 4th down and 9 from the 44-yard line. They might be looking to get BHP to jump off sides. Allman tries the hard count. It's unsuccessful. Looking to get the play from the sideline. Taking under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. 4th down and 9 for Pendleton. Looks like they're going to let the play clock go all the way down and use a timeout. The Bulldogs used their first timeout of the half at the 2:47 mark remaining in the first quarter. We'll take a short break with them. On the other side, we'll have 4th down and 9. You're listening to Bulldog Football, brought to you by Longhorn Steakhouse, right here on 105.1 WABB Spirit Radio.
Bed and breakfast with ensuite bath in historic Pendleton, available for those traveling to our area and local getaways. Liberty Hall venue is a great location for wedding receptions, corporate meetings, parties, and events. Call Liberty Hall today for your next event. Are you in the market for a new washer or dryer? How about a new refrigerator or a new range? Maybe you'd rather have a new state-of-the-art TV and home theater system with surround sound. If so, be sure to go see the folks at Crenshaws TV and Appliance for the finest selection, advice, and service after the sale. Open 24/7 at www.tvandappliance.com. Proud sponsor of the Pendleton Bulldogs. That's www.tvandappliance.com. Looking for a place to connect and build community? Join us at Foothills Church in Pendleton. We meet every Sunday at 10 a.m. at Pendleton High School. Whether you're new to exploring your faith or looking for a new church home, you're welcome here. Come experience uplifting worship, a message with real-life application, and a community that cares. That's Foothills Church, Sundays at 10 a.m. at Pendleton High School. We can't wait to see you there.
Sam Goodrow, Cam Souther back with you here from BHP. Bulldogs trailing 14-0, and on 4th and 9 after the timeout, Pendleton and Coach Howell deciding to send the punt team out. So Sam Jennings out to punt after having his first punt blocked. This time he gets it away, a line drive kick that bounces at the 25-yard line and takes a nice Bulldog bounce and rolls all the way down to the BHP 7-yard line. A great punt by Sam Jennings, 37-yard punt, which is great for Jennings' average on the season, is going to start the BHP Bears with the football. 2:34 remaining in the first quarter at their own 6-yard line. So they're worst starting field position by far, Camden.
Yes, Sam. I'm looking forward to seeing what this defense does out here on this drive. I think this is a very pivotal drive for the game. I feel like if they get to stop and get off the field quick, that could really make a difference in this game.
Absolutely. Quickly to the line is BHP. Before the snap, it looks like a false start on Taj Watson-Martin.
Yep, he was ready for that touchdown.
He was. He was running a go ball. I think BHP might have been taking a shot there, but a little bit too antsy. That's going to bring the ball back. I guess they're not going to call a penalty. Just a whistle before the snap. An inadvertent whistle. It's going to be 1st and 10, as we thought, from the 6-yard line for BHP. Noah Thomas, the quarterback, takes the snap. Drops back to throw. Looking to fire. He is tackled in the end zone. Throws it backwards. Either way, that should be a Bulldog safety. It went backwards. That should be a safety. And it is. The Bulldogs get to Noah Thomas in the end zone and force the safety. Cam, what'd you see on the play?
That's a really big play. You know, that defense, like I've been saying all game, that defensive line, they're really getting after the quarterback. And right there in a pivotal moment, right there when the Bear offense is backed up in their own territory, I think, going after that quarterback and getting that safety, it's really paid off.
The one thing we often see across all levels of football is when you see a team inside their own 10-yard line, especially around the 5-yard line, usually you're wanting to run the ball in those situations. I'm honestly not sure why BHP would not have in that situation with as much success as they've had running the football. Were you surprised to see them drop back to throw in that situation?
That's right, Sam. I was. They were looking to take a shot on that play, and with it being at your own 6-yard line, I feel like that's not the greatest move to do, and it really did not work in their favor there. We got the safety, and hopefully we can make a good drive on this.
Absolutely, and with the safety, you don't see this too often, but BHP is going to be kicking off from its own 20-yard line. So you'd like to think the Bulldogs will have really good field position to start this next drive, and maybe the momentum shift that they needed. Kick is away. It's going to be caught by Sam Jennings at the 25-yard line. Jennings this time not reversing field, crosses the 35 before being tackled right around the 38-yard line. They'll mark it at the 39. So much better field position here this time for Pendleton's third drive than its first. They're going to start 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. And with the safety, you trail 14-2, but that's really the first momentum-shifting play type thing we might have seen in this game. Hopefully the Bulldogs offense can build on that momentum that the defense just created for them.
That's right, Sam. And a score here, puts them right back in the game.
First down and 10 for the Bulldogs offense from their own 39-yard line. First down run to Bray Spear on a sweep from right to left. He'll gain 3 yards on the play. Marked down at the 42-yard line to bring up second down and 7. Haven't seen Deshaun Jenkins, the backup running back, yet tonight. Been all Bray Spear early on. Quickly back to the line are the Bulldogs, looking to go a little bit faster on this third drive of the game. 2 receivers to each side for the quarterback, Allman. Jackson takes a snap. Pump fakes to his left. Rolls out left now. Firing over the head, out of bounds of Ty Miller, and incomplete.
He didn't have much time on that play, Sam. Looks like that BHP defense is really coming after him, and I think, keys to the game is they really need to block. The offensive line really needs to have some awareness with that the big BHP defensive line.
Yeah, that time it was number 43, Ty Rainey, in pursuit of Allman, forced him to throw it away, and now with 1:47 remaining in the quarter, all of a sudden the Bulldogs face another third down and long. 3rd and 7 now from the 42-yard line. 2 receivers to each side for Jackson. He drops back looking to throw quickly, has a man, but he overshoots him. Lucky it wasn't intercepted by number 6, KJ Miles, on a little crossing route over the middle. Falls harmlessly incomplete, thankfully for the Bulldogs. Now decision time yet again for Coach Howell. Leaves the offense out momentarily, but now he will send the punt team out for the second consecutive drive. So a quick 3-and-out forced by the BHP defense, who have been really impressive in their pursuit of the football so far early in this game. Back deep to return yet again is Taz Watson-Martin. The last Sam Jennings punt from the BHP 44 rolled all the way down to the BHP 7. BHP will likely have better field position this time. Jennings rolls out to his right. Another rugby-style kick takes another nice Pendleton bounce and rolls out of bounds at the BHP 25-yard line. So all things considered, even though it is another 3-and-out for the Bulldogs, great job by the special teams unit to kind of flip the field and give BHP the football at its own 25-yard line here with 1:34 remaining in the first quarter of action.
That's right, Sam. Let's see if this defense can get another big stop for the offense and, give them a chance to get right back in this game.
BHP's 4th drive of the game on offense, starting off on their own 25-yard line. Just looking at the two teams from here, it's clear BHP has the clear size advantage up front between their offensive line and Pendleton's defensive line. May see them take advantage of that with the ground game here on this drive. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line for BHP. Thomas takes a snap, hands it off on a counter play to M.J. Earl, but M.J. Earl is planted in the ground by number 3, Branson Wilson, the converted receiver. He's playing linebacker now, making a play. No gain on the play for BHP, and that was actually Malachi Hester, the backup running back, on the run there. 2nd down and 10 now from the same spot for the Bears on their own 25-yard line. Approaching a minute to play in the first quarter of action. Thomas this time fakes the handoff. He'll keep it himself for about 4 yards before being brought down at the 29-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6, and another opportunity for this Pendleton defense to get off the field with a big stop. About a 17-second difference between the game clock and the play clock. So BHP will need to run at least one more play on offense here before the quarter ends. And before they do that, Pendleton looking to get a late sub in. They're going to call a timeout just to get all on the same page prior to this 3rd down and 6. We will take a short break with him. BHP leading the Bulldogs 14-2 here with 32 seconds remaining in the first quarter. You're listening to Bulldog Football, brought to you by Longhorn Steakhouse on Spirit Radio. West Cox Law Firm in Pendleton is proud to sponsor the Bulldogs. For help with real estate, wills, probate, or your small business, go see West Cox Law Firm in Pendleton. They're as tough and quick on your legal needs as the Bulldogs on a Friday night. Go to westcoxlaw.com after tonight's victory party to make your appointment. Guy's Pizza in Sandy Springs is the official pizza of Pendleton High School football. Come see us on Highway 76 right across the street from the Michelin plant in Sandy Springs. We're the home of the famous award-winning Bird Dog Pizza, along with many other specialty pizzas. We also have wings, calzones, strombolis, hot subs, dessert pizza, and much more. To place an order, call 8. Sam Goodrow, Cam Souther back with you here from BHP High School. 3rd down and 6 for BHP, a trick play. Take the handoff to one running back, and they'll hand it off to another. That is number 6, K.J. Miles on the carry, and the Bulldogs snuff out the trick play. No gain on the play will bring up 4th down and 5. They'll actually give them a gain of 1. But nonetheless, 4th down and 5, a great job by the Bulldog defense to get the stop. Punt team going to come out for BHP, it appears. Oh, excuse me, that's actually going to be the end of the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, BHP Bears leading the Pendleton Bulldogs 14-2. We will take a quick break, and on the other side, we will have the second quarter of action. You're listening to 105.1 WABB Spirit Radio. Attention, ghost hunters. Imagine it's dark and you're being led by candlelight through a 200-year-old haunted plantation home. Sound scary? Sound fun? Don't miss your chance to be part of this once-a-year-only event. Visit www.pendletonhistoricfoundation.org and purchase tickets to the wildly popular Pendleton Ghost Tours. Limited tickets will be sold, not for the faint of heart, and no one under 17 will be admitted. Call John at 864-646-7249 or visit www.pendletonhistoricfoundation.org today. Pendleton Historic Foundation, preserving and interpreting Pendleton's history. Go Bulldogs. Second quarter of action starting here between the BHP Bears and the Pendleton Bulldogs. Bulldogs got a big stop on a 3rd down and 6. Tackled for no gain was the running back K.J. Miles, and now BHP sends out the punt team, punting from their own 29-yard line to kick off this second quarter of action. Also serving as the punter is the quarterback, number 7, Noah Thomas. Back deep to return is Sam Jennings. You don't see too often what you see for the Bulldogs here tonight. The slot receiver, Sam Jennings, is also the punter and the punt returner. So did you ever think you'd see a football player that was a punter and a punt returner in the same day?
I did not, Sam. You know, he's all over the place tonight. And with 2 big punts, back in BHP down in their own territory, he's all over the place, and I'm excited to see what's in store for the rest of the game.
Yeah, Jennings also had the nice RPO bubble screen play that was a gain of 15 yards that has been Pendleton's best play on offense so far. Punt is away by Noah Thomas. Going to land short of Sam Jennings at the 40-yard line and check up at the 37. The Bulldogs will actually mark it at the 36. So the Bulldogs will have it at their own 36-yard line for their 4th drive of the game with 11:50 remaining in the half. Really an opportunity for the Bulldogs. The defense has bailed them out 2 drives in a row, and now it's time for the offense to really respond and get them in the football game. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Hand off to Deshaun Jenkins, seeing his first action of the game, and Deshaun Jenkins able to gain 4 yards on his first carry of the game to set up a 2nd down and 6. We joke Jenkins, the speed back, is the lightning to the thunder of Bray Spear, 2 conversing styles of running backs. Right back out there are the Bulldogs offense, 2nd down and 6. In motion left to right is Jennings. Allman takes a snap, fires to the edge for Mellow Mattress, but just out of the reach of Mattress on the out route. Ball's incomplete. Yet again, the Bulldogs facing a 3rd and medium, 3rd and long situation, 3rd and 6 now. Really haven't gotten the passing game going other than that 1 bubble screen to Sam Jennings. A pivotal play here with 11:16 remaining in the first half. Allman tries to get the defensive line to jump. They do not. He looks over to the sideline for some offensive adjustments. Going from his left to his right now is Jenkins. Allman takes a snap, looking to fire across the middle to the left. He has Sam Jennings! A one-handed catch down the seam, and Jennings, the do-it-all Swiss Army knife, is fired up about it as he gets the Bulldogs into BHP territory at the 28-yard line.
What a catch, Sam. You know, like I said, he's all over the place tonight. That one-handed catch was very big. Let's see what this offense can keep it rolling.
So a fresh set of chains, and most importantly, the Bulldogs have it in Bear territory at the 28-yard line. Allman takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Jenkins, has some pressure in his face, still gets the pass off to Ty Miller, completes the pass, and Miller gets it down to the 22-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play after it looked like Allman might have been sacked. Thankfully able to get it away and set up a 2nd down and 4.
Definitely, Sam. You know, I'd stick with this passing game. You know, we've seen the past couple of weeks, once that passing game gets going, it's really hard to stop.
2nd down and 4 from the BHP 22. Pendleton quickly to the line. Allman once again trying to get the Bears to jump. They do not. He gets some adjustments from the sideline. Takes the shotgun snap. Allman looking to fire to the back pylon and comes up short, but they're going to get a defensive holding. Mellow Mattress was impeded on his route by Taj Watson-Martin, the star two-way player for BHP. At least that's going to be the indication from my point of view. I think that's going to be the call, is defensive holding. We will have to wait to see what the white hat official tells us here. Deliberating with the far sideline line judge. You hear the band playing in the background. A great night for high school football here at Marley Gambrell Field, and it is going to be holding against the defense. So the Bulldogs have it 1st down and 10 from the BHP 11-yard line. A really good chance for the Bulldogs to get on the board on offense for the first time after the defensive safety put 2 points on the board. 1st down play is a handoff to Deshaun Jenkins, and Jenkins is blown up for a 3-yard loss. BHP all over that. As soon as the ball was snapped, 3 or 4 red shirts were in the backfield. That loss of 3 brings up 2nd and 13 from the 14-yard line. Maybe like to see the Bulldogs continue with the air attack that's been working on the past few plays. 2 receivers to the left, McMillan and Jennings. To the right is Mattress. In the formation also is the tight end Miller. Deshaun Jenkins still in the backfield with Allman. Allman takes a snap, looking to throw. He has Sam Jennings caught at the 10-yard line, turning the corner, and shoved out of bounds short of the goal line at the 1. But it will be 1st and goal from the 1, as once again, who else but Sam Jennings, the catalyst for this Pendleton Bulldog offense and special teams so far tonight. Looks like an out route coming from the slot position. And Allman rolled out to his left and was able to put it right where it needed to be. Fortunately, Jennings coming up just short of the goal line. But it does set up 1st down and goal from the 1. Pistol formation for the Bulldogs. Jenkins in the backfield looking maybe to get the carry. They will QB sneak it with Allman, and Allman gets nothing on the play. Would have liked to see Ty Miller maybe come in motion from the tight end position and help shove him in there. But as it stands, it's going to be a loss of 1 on the play and be 2nd and goal from the 2. BHP player was shaken up there for a moment. That was number 21, D. Chester, but he's helped to his feet. 9 minutes remaining in the first half, and it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line for the Bulldogs, who trail 14-2. BHP defense crowding the line. They got 10 men on the line of scrimmage. Hand off to Jenkins. Jenkins looking to get the edge. He's into the end zone. That's a Bulldog touchdown. No flags. That play's going to stand. The Bulldogs are in the end zone. A 2-yard rushing touchdown by Deshaun Jenkins. Folks, we have ourselves a football game in Belton Honey in Honey Pass, South Carolina.
I'll tell you, Sam. Well, now, when I saw Walker Dunlap, looked like he had an amazing block to lead to that touchdown, and he really put a defender to the ground.
14-8 with the touchdown. Now on to add the extra point is Brody Sprayberry. Snap, the holder down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 8:42 remaining in the second quarter, the Bulldogs get on the board on offense, and they now trailed the BHP Bears 14-9. And Cam, this will be a great time to hear from one of our newer sponsors this season, Empire Homes. Cam, take it away.
Yeah, enjoy elevated living at Sunrise in Pendleton, just 2 miles from Pendleton High, starting in the mid-300s. Customize versatile 1- and 2-story home plans with luxury design selections in our 3,900-square-foot design studio. The pool amenity opens next year, and there will be natural trails winding throughout the towering hardwood. Sunrise encompasses convenience and lifestyle in a convenient location. Visit EmpireHomes.com to discover elevated living and the art.
Thank you so much to Empire Homes and to all of our great sponsors that make tonight's broadcast possible. Okay, the Bulldog defense has really allowed the Bulldog offense to settle in and get them back into this football game. After the safety, the defense able to force a 3-and-out. And now after trailing 14-0, the Bulldogs trail just 14-9 as they get ready to kick the football away back to the BHP Bears. Brayberry has the ball on the tee at the 40-yard line. Kick is away, and it is over the head of both returners. Going back to field, it is number 20, Jaden Glenn. He's going to reverse field across the 20, shakes off a tackle, shakes off another. A flag comes in on the far side of the field, but not before the BHP returner is across the 35 to the 38-yard line. Likely going to come back some ways, though. Holding against the receiving team. Looks like the flag was thrown at the 26-yard line, so should back the ball up to the 16. Umpire walking with the football. He will put it down. He does put it down at the 16-yard line, so it could have been a lot worse in terms of the field position given up by by Pendleton there for BHP. But after the holding penalty, BHP will have it at their own 16-yard line, 1st and 10, leading 14-9 with 8:33 remaining in the half. Quarterback Thomas takes a snap on a zone read. He keeps it himself. Still has some running room across the 25, across the 30. He may go. He's across the 50, the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, BHP. The read option by the quarterback, Noah Thomas. He takes it 84 yards. And how's that for a response for the Bears?
Yeah, Sam, he had a lot of lead blockers on that play. They really did their job, and with the quickness of the quarterback, it's hard to stop that play.
So a one-play drive that takes just 15 seconds off the clock. Just like that, BHP leading 20-9. Coming out for the extra point attempt is Benji Ward. Ward's extra point is good as a flag flies in as the Bulldogs had too many men on the field. We'll see what Coach Russell Blackston decides to do. Officials are talking to him. He will decline the penalty, so the try will be good. The try is good, excuse me. And just like that, BHP extends its lead at 21-9. Damn, just when you thought the Bulldogs had some momentum or were going to get back into the football game, one play later, on just a broken read option play, Noah Thomas goes 84 yards for the score.
Yeah, Sam, it's no secret this offense, the BHP offense is really dangerous. Like we said, they're 8-0 for the season. Looks like they make that extra point. But like I was saying, they're really a strong offense, and it's going to take, like I mentioned beginning of the game, it's going to take the best Bulldog football of the year to win this game and really keep it competitive. And we're one play away. We're one play away from putting this ball game right back to it.
Absolutely, and the Bulldogs will have a chance, obviously, to possess the football and respond here. If you're just joining us, the Bulldogs kicked off to begin the game, so Pendleton will receive the opening kickoff of the second half. It would be huge to cut into this deficit before halftime. Penalty on the previous play, which was too many men on the field for Pendleton, going to be enforced. Coach Blackston initially wanted it enforced on the kickoff, but now I believe they're telling him he cannot do that. So instead, now they're going to take the extra point off the board, and VHP is going to send their offense out and try to go for two to make it 22-9.
It's a big stop here, Sam. The goal line defense for the Bulldogs has been looking good all night. Let's see if they can take care of it one more time.
So they're actually going to kick it again. But I'm not sure. He must have missed the first one, because I can't think of another reason why they would do this. But the extra point this time is officially up and officially good to make the score 21-9. We'll take a quick break here from a couple of our sponsors and have kickoff for you on the other side. You're listening to 105.1 WABB Spirit Radio. Attention, ghost hunters. Imagine it's dark and you're being led by candlelight through a 200-year-old haunted plantation home. Sound scary? Sound fun? Don't miss your chance to be part of this once-a-year-only event. Visit www.pendletonhistoricfoundation.org and purchase tickets to the wildly popular Pendleton Ghost Tours. Limited tickets will be sold, not for the faint of heart, and no one under 17 will be admitted. Call John at 864-646-7249 or visit www.pendletonhistoricfoundation.org today. Pendleton Historic Foundation, preserving and interpreting Pendleton's history. Go Bulldogs. Sam Goodrow, Cam Souther back with you here from Marley Gambrell Field at Belton Honeypath High School. The Bears just scored on a one-play, 84-yard touchdown run by the quarterback Noah Thomas to give them the lead 21-9. Now the kickoff to Sam Jennings is bobbled for a moment at the 10, and now he will return it across the 20. He fights off a tackle before being tackled this time at the 24-yard line. So with 8:10 remaining in the half, Bulldogs get the ball back at their own 24-yard line. Really could use a great response here in the form of putting a touchdown or even any form of points on the board here, as the Bulldogs will be getting the ball to start the second half of action. Would be huge to kind of sandwich two touchdown drives in between halftime, right before halftime and right after halftime.
This may just be me, Sam, but you know who I'd look for Sam Jennings on this play. He's been all over the place.
That's your first broadcast, but you're catching on pretty quick. Sam Jennings has been everywhere for the Bulldogs. First down play, Allman hands it off to Spear right up the middle, and Spear runs into a brick wall in human form. Number 62, 5'10", 300-pounder, Kamarian Glenn on the stop. No gain on the play, brings up second down and 10. Second and 10 from the left hash. Moving from our right to left are the Bulldogs. Two receivers to the right, one to the left for Allman. Allman takes a snap, pressure into space. He fires. It is bobbled and almost intercepted by number 23, Jakiri Anderson. Really jumped up, timed the throw perfectly, but I guess he looked downfield before securing the football, and that likely would have been for 6 if he would have caught that cleanly.
That's right. He was already looking towards the end zone before he could pull that catch in.
So crisis averted for the Bulldog offense, but they are faced with another tall task of a third down and long. 3rd and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Zy Collmore substituting into the game. We've seen him in these 5-wide situations. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right for the quarterback, Allman. Allman drops back. He's pressured. He rolls out to his right, steps up in the pocket, and he is sacked at the 19-yard line. That is number 8. Ty DeBose on the sack. The VHP brought 5 on the play, playing some man coverage down the field, and they are rewarded with a sack. A 3-and-out for the Pendleton offense. Not what they needed to do there at all. So out trots Sam Jennings, the punter. He will punt for the 4th time today. His first one was blocked. Then he had 2 great punts that set BHP up at its own 6 and its own 25. This one is going to be a lot worse field position from the Bulldogs' perspective. Jennings takes a snap, gets it away, almost blocked. Calling for the fair catch is Martin, and Martin does field the fair catch on the Pendleton side of the 50-yard line at the 48. The BHP will take over with 6:39 remaining in the half at the Pendleton 48. Really tough for this Bulldogs defense to have to be right out there after 3 offensive plays, but could really use another stop if this Bulldogs defense can get us one. 1st and 10 for BHP from the Pendleton 48-yard line. Heavy set, just 2 receivers and 2 tight ends in the formation. But dropping back to pass anyway is Noah Thomas. He's looking on a go ball to Taj Watson-Martin, and they connect! A 48-yard touchdown, a perfect ball from Thomas to Watson-Martin. And Tajay Watson-Martin showing off the track speed on that go ball.
They're looking, like I said, they're looking for him on that play. Really paid off. You know, with him being that quick, it's really hard for a corner to really keep up with him. And, you know, he had 2 on him, but that was a really great ball.
Yeah, I was going to mention the same thing. He had both Jace Harrison-Whitner on him, number 8, and he also had the safety in bracket help over top. And Taj Watson-Martin able to outrun both of the Pendleton defenders, and really a perfect ball by the quarterback Thomas. A 48-yard touchdown, the second consecutive drive that has only spanned 1 play before reaching the end zone. And the extra point is good to make it 28-9 BHP. And the Bears are starting to assert their dominance here tonight on senior night as they are looking to claim another region championship here in front of their home fans. Obviously won the region last year, going 4-0 in Region 1 3A play, 13-2 overall. And Cam, I know it's your first time seeing either of these 2 teams play live, but it'll come to no surprise to you that this BHP team played for the state title last year.
I'm going to be honest with you, Sam. I'm not surprised. You know, they're looking really good. The connection with the quarterback and the receivers, they've got a lot of weapons on offense, and you know, really when you have a team loaded with that many weapons, it's hard to prevent from scoring so many touchdowns, and they're looking really good. I'm not surprised at all.
So the Bears lead 28-9 after 2 explosive plays padded their lead. They led 14-9 with 8:33 remaining in the game, and they've run just 2 offensive plays since then. An 84-yard rushing touchdown by Noah Thomas and a 48-yard passing touchdown from Noah Thomas to Taj Watson-Martin. A 48-yard touchdown on the last play makes it 28-9. And on the kickoff there, Sam Jennings fields it and returns it to the 22-yard line. So another opportunity for the Pendleton offense, now really needing to get into the end zone to respond. This drive will start at their own 22-yard line with 6:25 remaining in the half. So if nothing else, Pendleton really needs to get some time off this clock and allow their defense to catch its breath. After 2 explosive plays have kind of helped BHP pull away in the margin. First down play, faking the handoff is Dax Allen in at quarterback for the first time tonight. Fake the handoff and try it at QB power, but he is brought down for a loss of about 4 yards on the play to bring up 2nd down and 14.
I'll tell you, Sam, there's a lot of life over here on this BHP sideline. You know, looks like everything's going their way tonight. But, you know, Pendleton has plenty of time to turn things around tonight and really bring some energy going their way.
2nd down and 13 now for Pendleton from its own 18-yard line. Allman has 2 receivers to each side. He takes the snap, rolls out to his left, looking to fire on an out route to Mello Mattress. Off the right hand of Mello Mattress, incomplete, just a little bit too far out in front. And that is the second time tonight we have seen Jackson Allman, the quarterback, target his favorite receiver, Mello Mattress, unsuccessfully on an out route. Just a little bit too far out in front of him there as he was running toward the near sideline.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I'm seeing tonight is that Pendleton doesn't have much time to get that ball out. That defensive line is really coming at him pretty quick. Just really need to step up on the O-line and really just provide a little bit more time for the quarterback to make play happen.
Well, another big 3rd down and long situation for the Pendleton offense. 3rd and 13. And before the play gets started, we're going to have a false start on one of the receivers here on the near side. I think Zy Collymore might have jumped a little bit early, and it is a false start against Pendleton. So that makes things go from bad to worse for the Bulldogs. 3rd and 13 turns into 3rd and 18 now from their own 13-yard line. And if you followed these Bulldogs at all this season, you know that when they get behind the chains, whether it be from negative plays or from penalties, oftentimes their drives stall out. But a 3rd and 18 chance for Allman. He drops back. He's looking to throw deep. Looking for Mellow Mattress, and it is incomplete. A little too far out in front. But an unnecessary roughness flag comes in as number 14, Jacobs Paul, in coverage there, shoved Mattress out of bounds, and Mattress able to sell the call, falling down in front of his own sideline. That's going to be a huge break for the Bulldogs, who are going to have to punt it away. And now I believe they'll get an automatic first down with the personal foul. We'll see what the officials determine. They're going to call defensive holding against the Bears. Not going to lie, not what I saw on the play at all.
I agree, Sam. I saw number 14 go over on the at the end of that route and really hit the Bulldogs out of bounds. I saw the same thing as you, and I was really surprised by that defensive holding call.
So now the officials are going to further discuss the call, as I believe the far side line judge is saying, no, that's not what I called.
That's right.
So he comes in, and all 4 officials will deliberate at the 25-yard line. Now we're still waiting for a call there. The far side line judge now discussing with head coach Grayson Howell as to what he wants to do. Now they'll walk the football up 15 yards to set up 3rd down and 4. Will actually be a 3rd down and a long 3. Oh, it does end up being a 15-yard penalty. Not sure how it would still be 4th down here. Still some confusion as we have some substitutions. The down marker for now does say 4th down. So if that's correct, this is a massive play.
Like we'll have a timeout, BHP.
BHP does use a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout with them. And on the other side, it'll either be a 3rd and 3 or a 4th and 3. We're not so sure here. But the Bulldogs trail 28-9 with 5:31 remaining in the first half. We're listening to Bulldog Football, brought to you by Longhorn Steakhouse on Spirit Radio. Is quality care. Why not beat the heat with a cool, sweet treat? Book Kitten Chili, your hometown traditional ice cream truck, for your next event. You can find and like us on Facebook and call 864-844-4384 to book us for your next event. That's 864-844-4384 for Gettin' Chili Ice Cream Truck.
Liberty Hall is a 10-room bed and breakfast with ensuite bath in historic Pendleton, available for those traveling to our area and local getaways. Liberty Hall venue is a great location for wedding receptions, corporate meetings, parties, and events. Call Liberty Hall today for your next event.
Sam Goodrow, Cam Souther back with you here from BHP High School. Bulldogs trailing the BHP Bears 28-9. It is 4th and 3 after the 15-yard penalty. 4th and 3 for the Bulldogs from their own 28. And the offense is still out on the field. Coach Howe rolling the dice and going for it here. And we have a false start, I believe, against the Bulldogs here. As Allman was trying to get the line to jump, and instead, Ty Miller, the tight end, jumps. So you get a break and set up a 4th and 3 just to get 5 of those yards back. And now with a 4th and 8, Pendleton will be forced to send the punt unit out for the 5th time tonight.
Costly penalties, man. Costly penalties.
It's almost like avoiding penalties is one of Cam's keys to the game. I'd say you could check the box on that one. That would have been a nice thing for the Bulldogs to do. Jennings looking to get the punt away and does at the 10-yard line. Going to check up out of bounds at about the 47-yard line of Pendleton. So with 5:24 remaining in the first half and another 3 and out by the Pendleton offense, BHP takes over at the Pendleton 48. If you haven't been with us all night, Give you a little scoring summary. BHP scored on a long drive, capped off by a 6-yard touchdown by Jaden Glenn through the air to make it 7-0. Then after a Pendleton 3-and-out, MJ Earl, a 2-yard touchdown to make it 14-0. Then Pendleton's defense forced a safety to make it 14-2. Then Pendleton's offense got on the board with a Deshaun Jenkins touchdown to make it 14-9. Then 2 offensive plays later, BHP with 1-play drives each by Noah Thomas and Taj Watson-Martin, 84 yards and 48 yards respectively, make it 28-9. And now on first down, we have a jailbreak screen to number 19, Jaden Glenn. Glenn is going to be brought down for a loss of 1 on the play. Great job by the defensive backs of Pendleton to stay disciplined and go make a tackle. Zy Collmore in on the stop. Brings up second down and 11 now for BHP from the Pendleton 49-yard line. Under 5 minutes to play in the first half. Thomas takes a snap, hands it off on the sweep to MJ Earl. MJ Earl gets those gears turning. MJ Earl turns the corner before being shoved out of bounds by Jace Harrison Whitner. He has more than enough for the first down. He's down to the Bulldogs' 32-yard line. Clear that once Earl gets to that max speed, it's really tough for these Bulldogs to keep up with him. Two receivers now to the left for Noah Thomas, the quarterback. Once again, MJ Earl in the backfield with him. Thomas takes a snap, hands it off up the middle to MJ Earl this time, and Earl going to be brought down right around the line of scrimmage. A couple of Bulldogs combining on the stop there, and we have a Bulldog that might be shaken up on the play. Branson Wilson slow to his feet, but he does get up. It's a gain of 2 for MJ Earl on the inside zone to set up 2nd and 8 from the Bulldogs' 30. Four minutes to go in the first half of action. Stay tuned for the Rogers Petroleum Incorporated halftime show. Senior spotlight interviews with Ethan Rexroth and Mason Wilson on tap. Green play here on second down to Taj Watson-Martin. Martin is going to reverse field. Stiff arms a couple defenders. Reverses field at the 40. Back to the 35, 30, 25, 20. Inside the 15-yard line before being shoved out of bounds. And, folks, I did not do that play justice. He caught the ball at the 30-yard line on the near sideline, ran backwards 10 yards, ran all the way to the Pendleton sideline, then gained over 25 yards, around 30 yards, down to the Pendleton 12-yard line. What a play and a display of that track speed by Taj Watson-Martin.
I'll tell you, if you would have saw what we just saw, you would have thought it was going to end with not many yards at all. But he really, the athlete in him, he made a play, reversing to the whole other side of the field.
Unbelievable play by Taj Watson-Martin. Sets up 1st and 10 for the Bears from the 11-yard line. Handoff on first down to Earl. Earl bursts through the hole for a big gain on first down, close to the line to gain. It's going to be a gain of 9 down to the 2-yard line. Actually, mark him at the 3. So second down and 1. It will be to the 2. 2nd and 1 from the 2. A great run by MJ Earl. Wasn't really touched until he met the linebackers. BHP looking to land another devastating blow here before halftime. Already leading 28-9. They're looking to add to that here. 2nd down and 1 to go from the 2. Taking the handoff is Thomas. Thomas rolls out to his right, has a receiver in the end zone. It is caught. Number 18, Nick Sargent, hauls in the 2-yard touchdown pass from Noah Thomas to put BHP up 34-9 with 2:59 remaining in the first half. BHP faithful, loving it here on senior night. That drive took 2 minutes and 25 seconds before Nick Sargent hauled in the 2-yard touchdown pass on a rollout by Noah Thomas. Extra point by Benji Ward is up, and it is good. BHP, all of a sudden, their last 3 drives ending in touchdowns, they turn a 14-9 lead into a 35-9 lead. 2:59 remaining in the first half. We'll hear from more of our sponsors on the other side. Pendleton will have another chance to respond. You're listening to Bulldog Football on Spirit Radio.
Are you in the market for a new washer or dryer? How about a new refrigerator or a new range? Maybe you'd rather have a new state-of-the-art TV and home theater system with surround sound. If so, be sure to go see the folks at Crenshaws TV and Appliance for the finest selection, advice, and service after the sale. Open 24/7 at www.tvandappliance.com. Proud sponsor of the Pendleton Bulldogs. That's www.tvandappliance.com.
Sam Goodrow, Cam Souther back with you from Marley Gambrell Field at Belton Honeybath High School, where we had a competitive game, 14-9 BHP with 8:42 remaining in the second quarter. But now after 2 Bulldog 3-and-outs and 3 BHP touchdowns in not much time at all of a sudden BHP leads 35-9 with 2:59 remaining in the first half. Kickoff is to the 10, fielded by Jace Harrison Whitner. He is dragged down either by his face mask or by the horse collar at the 25-yard line. So a flag flies in. It is a face mask against BHP, so that will add 15 yards to the return. And that should give Pendleton the football right around its own 40-yard line here with 2:53 remaining in the first half.
And while the officials are figuring out the spot, Sam, I did want to highlight, looks like the BHP offense is really having their way with whatever play calls they're calling out on the field, and I really think it's going to be crucial for Grayson Howell really at halftime to make some adjustments on defense and hopefully come up with some stops coming out of half.
Definitely going to be a pivotal period of time for the Bulldogs to adjust in the locker room, but hopefully they'll have some positive momentum after this drive. First down and 10 from the 40-yard line, and connecting down the field with Mellow Mattress is the quarterback, Allman. Mattress hauls in the pass at the 47-yard line and jukes a receiver before stepping out of bounds at the 46. So just one play to get into BHP territory, and Pendleton looking to go fast. They're on the football quickly. 4 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Allman. 3 men being sent by BHP. Allman steps up in the pocket and fires for his tight end complete. Ty Miller hauling it in, and then he loses the football. Free football on the ground, and thankfully the Bulldogs able to jump on the football. That could have been an absolute disaster as Ty Miller caught the football at about the 39-yard line. Then the ball rolled about 5 yards free back to the 45 before one of the Bulldog linemen, I believe number 77, Jaden Wilson, able to jump on right there. So it should have been a gain of about 6, turns into a gain of 1. It'll be second down and 9 from the 45. 2:05 to play in the first half. Allman takes a snap, hands it off to Spear. Spear patiently finding a hole, gets across the 40 before being brought down at the 38-yard line to set up a manageable 3rd down and 2. Cam, we've seen a lot of 3rd downs faced by these Pendleton Bulldogs, but a lot of them have been 3rd and 6, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 13 even. This is an opportunity for them here on 3rd and 2 now to move the chains.
That's right, Sam. This is with it being 3rd and short. It's a little moment of fresh air on that with them having so many 3rd and longs, and hopefully they can come away with the first down.
3rd down and 2 from the 38-yard line. Allman comes out in an empty set. 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Allman looking to throw down the seam, looking for Mellow Mattress, but it's a little bit over his head and out in front of him and incomplete around the 17-yard line.
It looks like that offense is staying out there for this play.
So 4th down and 2 now for the Bulldogs offense at the 38. Allman looking to get the play in from the sideline. Would not be surprised here. Pendleton elected to run the football to try to gain the 2 yards it needs with a timeout in its pocket. Allman takes a snap, hands it off to Spear. Spear, a nice adjustment in the backfield. He's got enough for the first down and makes it to the 30-yard line. Great run by Spear. They're actually going to mark it at the 29.
Yeah, Sam, that's 2 good runs on this drive by Spear. Looks like they're really trying to get the running game going on this drive, and it's really paying off here.
1 minute and 5 seconds remaining. The Bulldogs trail 35-9. But have an opportunity here. They're in BHP territory at the 30. Allman takes a snap. Speed option play. He'll pitch it out to Brace Spear. Spear not much going, but he is able to get out of bounds to stop the clock. Official still standing over the football. I think they're looking to add some time onto the clock as the clock did not stop right when Spears stepped out of bounds. They will now add about 6 seconds to the clock. 53 seconds to go now. Second down and 9 from the 29-yard line. Bulldogs on the right hash going from our right to left. And now BHP going to use one of its timeouts to talk things over here. Nice balance on this drive play calling-wise. You've had some nice runs by Brace Spear, but also some quick passes that have been successful for the Bulldogs here. 29 yards to go. What are you looking to see here as the Bulldogs look to get on the board yet again offensively?
Yes, Sam, I really like what I'm seeing on this drive. They're really, like you mentioned, there's a great balance with the run and pass plays calling. I would really like to see the passing game keeping up. They're really finding holes in the defense and really finding some soft spots, and it's working out. Hopefully, if they get the third down, it may be a manageable third down and short, and then at that time you can punch it through for a first down.
Bulldogs definitely need another momentum swing here. They trailed just 14-9 after a safety and a 2-yard rushing touchdown by Deshaun Jenkins, but now find themselves trailing 35-9. Second and 9, play action. Jackson Allman looking to fire for Sam Jennings, but a little bit out in front of his outstretched right hand, out of bounds and incomplete. A nice route run by Sam Jennings, who has really done it all for the Bulldogs tonight. Has a few nice catches and 3 really good punts. Well, unfortunately, that time, quarterback not able to find him on the far sideline. Brings up 3rd and 9 from the 29-yard line. 47.8 seconds remaining in this first half.
Yeah, Sam, you got to think with the spot on the field, I think this may be a manageable 4-down territory. So hopefully they can get it here, though.
3rd and 9, pressure in the face of Allman. He is sacked. Taj Watson-Martin, the star receiver, coming in on the safety blitz and dialed up at the perfect time. Great job by the defensive coordinator, Gerard Jennings, calling that safety blitz and forcing the Bulldogs into a 4th down and a mile to go. BHP will use another of its timeouts, its final timeout, actually, here with 36 seconds to go, and really make Coach Howell think about what he wants to do on this 4th down. You're sitting at the 37-yard line, 4th and 17. Do you punt here? Do you go for it? You know you're not going to kick a field goal. It's going to be interesting to see what the Bulldogs elect to do here in this situation. It's been unbelievable the impact that Taj Watson-Martin has had on this football game. A long touchdown catch from 48 yards out. Also had a screen play that went for about 30 yards as he reversed field and showed off his speed, and now a blitz and a sack from his safety position. Actually, it was a cornerback blitz. He's lining up as the field corner. And it looks like BHP is anticipating that the Bulldogs will go for this on 4th and 17. I think that's what I would do as well.
I agree, Sam. I think, with the just looking at the scoreboard, I think it's time to take some shots and play aggressive, especially with only being 36 seconds until the half. I think it's time for, I think it'll be a great decision for Howell to take a shot here.
As of right now, he has the punt team out on the field. Sam Jennings has his heels on the 49-yard line, getting ready to punt. We know Dax Allen, one of the up men, is also capable of taking the snap here. Jennings rolls out to his right. He's looking to throw. He has a man downfield. It is tipped and intercepted. Intercepted by number 23, right around the 23-yard line on the far sideline. Intercepted and returned, but we do have a flag on the field, or at least it looked like it for a moment. Either way, it's going to be BHP football. And they put the football down at the 41, so I guess there was not a flag. A fake punt by Sam Jennings. He looked to throw, and it was intercepted. Obviously, no harm, no foul there, because you're going to punt it away anyway. But now BHP taking over with 23 seconds at their own 42-yard line. Rolling out to his right is Noah Thomas. He fires a screen complete to Evan Gaines. Gaines gets out of bounds just shy of the 50-yard line at the 48 with 16.2 seconds remaining in the first half.
That's right, Tim. This will be big for the Bulldog defense to get a stop going into the halftime. Let's see if they can take care of that.
Stay tuned for the Rogers Petroleum Incorporated halftime show. We're playing my interviews with Ethan Rexroth and Mason Wilson as part of our Senior Spotlight Series. First, second down, and 4. Stepping up in the pocket is Noah Thomas. He has a receiver over the middle of the field. That is Taj Watson-Martin. And Martin down inside the 25-yard line at the 24. 5.7 seconds remaining. No timeouts for BHP. They're getting on the line either to spike it or to run a play here. And they end up spiking it with 3.8 seconds remaining, and now they will tread out the field goal unit. Kind of crazy that only 1.9 seconds came off the clock there. Would have thought a lot more would have. The BHP sends out its kicker. Benji Ward is out for a 40-yard field goal attempt to try to put the Bears up 38-9 before the half. Holder Rhett Turner has it. The kick is up, and the kick has plenty of lag, and it is good. A 40-yard field goal to end the half by Benji Ward puts the Bears up by 29 points on the final play of the first half. Your halftime score, BHP 38, Pendleton 9. What a turn of events from the 8:42 mark of the second quarter when the Bulldogs trailed 14-9. Your drive summary since then, an 84-yard rushing touchdown on the first play of the drive by Noah Thomas to make it 21-9. Then a Pendleton 3-and-out. Then another one-play touchdown 48 yards out by Taj Watson-Martin to make it 28-9. Then another Pendleton 3-and-out. And then a BHP touchdown drive that culminated with a 2-yard touchdown reception by the tight end Nick Sargent to make it 35-9. And then after the failed punt attempt, the fake punt attempt by Sam Jennings failed to give BHP the ball back with just 23 seconds remaining, they're able to drive 33 yards and set up a 40-yard field goal attempt, which was absolutely drilled by the kicker Benji Ward. That brings us to the Rogers Petroleum halftime show. It is 38-9 BHP on top of our Pendleton Bulldogs. And with that, it is time for our Senior Spotlight interview series to continue back at the studio. We will hear from Ethan Rexroth and Mason Wilson on our Senior Spotlight interview series.
Sam Goodrow back with you with another of our Senior Spotlight interview series. Today we're talking to Ethan Rexroth, Senior Offensive and Defensive Lineman. Ethan, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. Well, just to get things started, just talk to me about your journey as a football player. How long have you been playing football?
I have been playing football for about 3 years. This is my third year. I started when I was a sophomore. I had not played much when I was younger, just watched it on TV, seen friends who've played it, but once I got to high school, all my friends started playing and saying how big of a kid I was and saying that I should join the team. So my sophomore year, I joined.
So what's it been like over the past 3 years, just kind of growing as a football player and also doing so with some of your best friends?
It's been an amazing journey. I have made my best friends now. I have met in the football team, and it's helped me grow so much as a person, and it's helped my mental state and how I go in my day-to-day life.
Absolutely. Speaking of your mental state, is there anything you do to kind of get your mind right before a game, whether that be just a routine or music you listen to or just anything on game day that you do to get your mind right?
Not really. I like to talk to my friends. I like to sit down and just have conversations and listen to what they're going through and just what they have planned or what they like to do. I like to read my Bible sometimes. I pray before every game. I like to sit down with my grandpa, and he's helped me through this a lot.
That's awesome, man. Well, you guys have had a pretty good resurgence in the middle of this season. Obviously, didn't get off to the start this season that you wanted to with a 1-3 start, but since then you guys have won 4 straight. What's kind of been the catalyst of the turnaround for you guys this season?
Really just the physicality of it. At the beginning, we were kind of starting to see how most teams were playing, and once we started getting a roll on, it was kind of just of, hey, can we keep this pace up?
Absolutely. What's been your favorite game or moment so far, either in your career or this season?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'd have to think about that for a while, but right now I'd probably say the West Oak game.
Gotcha. That was a good one last week. Well, you guys have a tall task ahead of you in tonight's game. We're recording this on Thursday, but it'll be played at halftime of the BHP game. Tough one against BHP. How has your week of preparation at practice been as a team?
It's been pretty good. We've had a few good practices this week. Well, I say a few. All of our practices this week have been really good. Everyone's been, as they say, locked in. We've really been focused on our plays, and nobody's messing up. Everyone seems to have a good mentality of what we need to do and how we need to execute.
Absolutely. Obviously, Coach Howell being the head coach, we get to talk about him a lot. One thing I like to do when we talk to you seniors is just allow you an opportunity to talk a little bit about some of the assistant coaches or some of your position coach. Who are some of the assistant coaches that have really made an impact on you either this year or throughout your 3 years with Pendleton football?
Coach Wooten is my position coach. He's the D-line coach, and he's helped me a lot. He's kind of talked me through what I need to do, how I need to get better, different techniques. Coach Allen is the assistant defensive line coach, and his son, Dax Allen, who you've probably talked to before, is one of my good friends, and we go to after school activities like youth at church, and it's just always great to hang out with guys outside of football.
Absolutely. Speaking of Dax, he was kind of thrust into the limelight early in the season when Jackson Allman went down with an injury. What was it like seeing Dax step in at quarterback?
It was amazing. I feel like he was really excited and really really appreciative of the opportunity to have such a high role in the team.
That's awesome. Continuing to visit with Ethan Rexroth as part of our Senior Spotlight interview series. Ethan, what's going to be the key to continuing the momentum you guys have built over the last 4 games into the rest of the regular season and beyond into the playoffs?
I feel like just having a positive attitude about where we are right now and how we need to continue, and just kind of keeping the mental state of, hey, it's a football game. At the end of the day, we're really just pebbles in the creek, just kind of going with the flow. And as long as we keep the physicality up, and I'm sure we'll do just fine down the road.
For sure, man. Ethan, what are your plans after graduating high school? Do you know?
I'm probably going to go to a technical college, Tri-County here in down Clemson, Pendleton area. But other than that, my family has a construction company. We do home remodels, but I'll probably go work in that that area.
That's awesome, man. And then last one for Ethan Rexroth as we conclude this edition of our Senior Spotlight interview series. Ethan, do you have any words of advice to either some younger players on the team or just someone that's just starting their football journey? What would you say to that person?
Ooh, I would say just give it your best. Everyone's different. Everyone has different skill sets. It is just another day, another down. Just keep going forward.
Thank you so much, Ethan. That's going to wrap us up with Ethan Rexroth on our Senior Spotlight interview series. Next up is going to be Mason Wilson, so stay tuned for that. Visiting with Mason Wilson in our latest edition of the Senior Spotlight interview series. Mason, how you doing this evening?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good, man. Well, just to lead things off, just tell me about your journey as a football player. How long have you been playing football, man?
I've been playing 8U with the Pendleton Rec. I've been playing a long time. I remember I got a photo from 2015 of little me, and it showed up. My mom's going to do a like an older and then a younger, like a match, I guess you could call it. See how I've grown and stuff. But I've played with the Rec. I played a couple seasons with the AAU team, Chargers AAU. So
that's awesome, man. It seems like that's kind of something that you don't see as often anymore, just sticking with one recreation department all the way up through high school. So what's kind of been that journey? What has that journey really been like for you, just growing up through the Pendleton system all the way through and just being a Bulldog for all this time?
Well, it's given me a lot of Bulldog pride. Bulldogs are everything. I'm a Tigers fan, so I got the Bulldogs and the Clemson Tigers. But it's the people you're playing with. You grew up with them. After every day after school, you got the Rec team, and then going to the middle school, and then you got after that, and you got high school. It's just after school. You got football, and it's like this. You're ready to go.
Absolutely, and you in particular are a center. I was just curious. Obviously, it takes a lot to play on the offensive line in general, but specifically center, it seems like you have to be responsible for a lot more. Just what makes you cut out to be the kind of player that fills the role of a center so seamlessly?
I try to, if I try to be a goldfish, right? So, say I got a bad snap, I'm a goldfish. Learn it, got it, get better, forget it, 3 seconds, because they got such a short memory. And I try to do the best I can, especially with center. Snap first and then block. But especially I've been playing center all my life, especially with the AAU team and middle school. So it's just kind of second nature. Now I'm in high school as a senior.
That's awesome, man. You guys really get to set the tone up front, and the Bulldogs have kind of seen a resurgence over the past 4 games, winners of 4 straight games to get to 5-3 on the season. What do you think has allowed you guys to make that turnaround and find some success each of the last 4 games?
Yes, sir. I personally think we got all our big guys back. We got our quarterback back. We got Trent Gardner back. Quarterback Jackson Allman. We got Trent Gardner, Gaines Buchanan. Gaines was during our spring showcase, he broke his arm. So now we got our big guys up front, and we got our linemen, and we got our quarterback, and we got a good defense with Trent Gardner and all those Fisher Sailors.
Absolutely. Well, going back to that Keenan game, when Jackson Allman goes down and they throw Dax Allen in at quarterback, what's that like as a center to all of a sudden be working with a new quarterback and a guy that really hasn't played much quarterback in his life before in Dax Allen?
Well, Dax, we've grown up together. So Dax, he was the coach's son at the Rec, and he played a little bit of quarterback then and a little bit of middle school. So I wouldn't say he's fresh new quarterback, but he's definitely got the experience. So it was get going and rolling. He was formerly a linebacker. I'm pretty sure he's back to linebacker now. So he just knew he was a quarterback. He was ready to hit. So give me a lot more confidence. Oh, if that guy goes by, it's all right. He's a tough guy. He'll get by.
Absolutely. Well, switching gears a little bit as we continue to visit with Mason Wilson. Mason, do you have any pregame routines or music you listen to or anything like that just helps you get your mind right on game day?
Well, I'm kind of weird. I don't like listening to music. I like having a clean head, just looking at the field, getting ready to hit a little prayer with the team, with the O-lineman, and that keeps my head fresh and clear, get me ready for the game. Especially when, as a center, all the people making noises, all the band, you gotta hone in. You gotta know your quarterback's voice. You gotta be set. You have a clear mind. That's
super interesting, man. Well, tell me a little bit about yourself. What do you like to do outside of football?
I like riding motorcycles. You just talked to my buddy Rex not too long ago, and he probably said something about ATVs, but we like to ride motorcycles, ATVs, of course play a little video games, a little College 26, but like fishing as well. Fishing's fun. Mainly motorcycles, and I really like the outdoors as well. I'm in my high school's FFA program, I'm an FFA officer, so it's also a thing to do. It's very fun, very outdoorsy.
That's fantastic, man. Well, seems like you're involved in a lot of stuff. Has it started to set in or hit you that you're a senior and this will be your last year and season with the Bulldog football program and in high school in general?
Yes, sir. It's only a couple more left to go. You only get so many chances, and just looking back, I'm happy for what I did. I've enjoyed it. It's been a fun. I hope if you're a senior and you feel like you didn't accomplish much, then you got to give it all your best for the last couple that you got.
Absolutely, and you guys have the opportunity to do that. I mentioned earlier you've won 4 straight games. How do you guys continue to build on that momentum amidst a tough task against BHP and Crescent to close out the region schedule and the regular season schedule over the next 2 games?
Yeah, we have to have a clear set mindset to go attack these teams, because BHP, they're a tough team. They're number 1, I think, on max preps in 3A. And they've lost 2 of their big guys up front on defense. So especially if we can get the ball out and around or in, going through the big guys that they've lost, I think we'll just be able to run it down their throats and get another win and just carry on that momentum. Because we're ready to go. We got our big guys. We got our full team, full big guys up there. It's going to be a rolling snowball, hopefully.
That is awesome to hear. That's going to wrap us up with Mason Wilson as part of our Senior Spotlight interview series. On the other side of a quick break, we will have second half action between the Pendleton Bulldogs and the BHP Bears.
Attention, ghost hunters. Imagine it's dark and you're being led by candlelight through a 200-year-old haunted plantation home. Sound scary? Sound fun? Don't miss your chance to be part of this once-a-year only event. Visit www.pendletonhistoricfoundation.org and purchase tickets to the wildly popular Pendleton Ghost Tours. Limited tickets will be sold, not for the faint of heart, and no one under 17 will be admitted. Call John at 864-646-7249 or visit www.pendletonhistoricfoundation.org today. Pendleton Historic Foundation, preserving and interpreting Pendleton's history. Go Bulldogs. Is your vehicle in need of a wash right now? Visit any Tiger Express Wash location in Clemson, Easley, Pendleton, or Seneca. You can be through the tunnel with a clean, dry car in about 3.5 minutes. Plus, with the Anywhere Unlimited Fast Pass, keep that shine with a wash as often as you like at any of our upstate locations. Customers enjoy an eco-friendly, fun jungle theme and free vacuum use. Tiger Express Wash. More locations, same quality care. Why not beat the heat with a cool, sweet treat? Book Kitten Chili, your hometown traditional ice cream truck, for your next event. You can find and like us on Facebook and call 864-844-4384 to book us for your next event. That's 864-844-4384 4384 for Getting Chili Ice Cream Truck.
Liberty Hall is a 10-room bed and breakfast with ensuite bath in historic Pendleton, available for those traveling to our area and local getaways. Liberty Hall venue is a great location for wedding receptions, corporate meetings, parties, and events. Call Liberty Hall today for your next event. Are you in the market for a new washer or dryer? How about a new refrigerator or a new range? Maybe you'd rather have a new state-of-the-art TV and home theater system with surround sound. If so, be sure to go see the folks at Crenshaws TV and Appliance. For the finest selection, advice, and service after the sale, open 24/7 at www.tvandappliance.com. Proud sponsor of the Pendleton Bulldogs. That's www.tvandappliance.com. Looking for a place to connect and build community? Join us at Foothills Church in Pendleton. We meet every Sunday at 10 a.m. at Pendleton High School. Whether you're new to exploring your faith or looking for a new church home, you're welcome here. Come experience uplifting worship, a message with real-life application, and a community that cares. That's Foothills Church, Sundays at 10 a.m. at Pendleton High School. We can't wait to see you there.
West Cox Law Firm in Pendleton is proud to sponsor the Bulldogs. For help with real estate, wills, probate, or your small business, go see West Cox Law Firm in Pendleton. They're as tough and quick on your legal needs as the Bulldogs on a Friday night. Go to westcoxlaw.com after tonight's victory party to make your appointment. Guy's Pizza in Sandy Springs is the official pizza of Pendleton High School football. Come see us on Highway 76 right across the street from the Michelin plant in Sandy Springs. We're the home of the famous award-winning Bird Dog Pizza, along with many other specialty pizzas. We also have wings, calzones, strombolis, hot subs, dessert pizza, and much more. To place an order, call 864-375-1410 or stop by and dine in with us. Guy's Pizza in Sandy Springs, proudly serving the area for over 10 years. With more than 70 years of proven performance and the best bankers in the industry, United Community is one of the strongest and most secure banks in the Southeast. They are proud to have just won their 10th J.D. Power Award for Best Customer Satisfaction in the Southeast, and they're recognized by J.D. Power as the #1 most trusted bank. They're headquartered in Greenville, South Carolina, making them the largest bank headquartered in the Palmetto State. Visit the local Pendleton, South Carolina branch for all your banking needs. Attention, ghost hunters. Imagine it's dark and you're being led by candlelight through a 200-year-old haunted plantation home. Sound scary? Sound fun? Don't miss your chance to be part of this once-a-year only event. Visit www.pendletonhistoricfoundation.org and purchase tickets to the wildly popular Pendleton Ghost Tours. Limited tickets will be sold, not for the faint of heart, and no one under 17 will be admitted. Call John at 864-646-7249 or visit www.pendletonhistoricfoundation.org today. Pendleton Historic Foundation, preserving and interpreting Pendleton's history. Go Bulldogs. Is your vehicle in need of a wash right now? Visit any Tiger Express Wash location in Clemson, Easley, Pendleton, or Seneca, and you can be through the tunnel with a clean, dry car in about 3.5 minutes. Plus, with the Anywhere Unlimited Fast Pass, keep that shine with a wash as often as you like at any of our upstate locations. Customers enjoy an eco-friendly, fun, jungle theme, and free vacuum use. Tiger Express Wash. More locations, same quality care. Why not beat the heat with a cool, sweet treat? Book Gettin' Chili, your hometown traditional ice cream truck, for your next event. You can find and like us on Facebook and call 864-844-4384 to book us for your next event. That's 864-844-4384 for Gettin' Chili Ice Cream Truck.
Liberty Hall is a 10-room bed and breakfast with ensuite bath in historic Pendleton, available for those traveling to our area and local getaways. Liberty Hall venue is a great location for wedding receptions, corporate meetings, parties, and events. Call Liberty Hall today for your next event. Are you in the market for a new washer or dryer? How about a new refrigerator or a new range? Maybe you'd rather have a new state-of-the-art TV and home theater system with surround sound. If so, be sure to go see the folks at Crenshaws TV and Appliance. For the finest selection, advice, and service after the sale, open 24/7 at www.tvandappliance.com. Proud sponsor of the Pendleton Bulldogs. That's www.tvandappliance.com. Looking for a place to connect and build community? Join us at Foothills Church in Pendleton. We meet every Sunday at 10 a.m. at Pendleton High School. Whether you're new to exploring your faith or looking for a new church home, you're welcome here. Come experience uplifting worship, a message with real-life application, and a community that cares. That's Foothills Church, Sundays at 10 a.m. at Pendleton High School. We can't wait to see you there.
Sam Goodrow, Cam Souther back with you here from Marley Gambrell Field at Belton Honea High School. It's going to be the conclusion of our Rogers Petroleum Incorporated halftime show. Thank you so much to senior football players Ethan Rexroth and Mason Wilson for some time this week to learn a little bit about those two players. Cam, that was a back-and-forth first half at first, and then after a 14-9, after a touchdown by Deshaun Jenkins to make it 14-9, BHP, the Bears really able to pull away in the closing seconds and minutes of that second quarter. What were your main takeaways from either the first half or from those last four drives by BHP?
Yeah, Sam, for BHP, takeaways I have from that last half is really have all the time in the world to their plays happen. I'd really like to see the Bulldogs really get after the quarterback and a way to get into that backfield.
Absolutely. And then on the other side, Bulldogs have kind of been the opposite in terms of Jackson Allman has had little to no time to throw. It seems like the defensive coordinator, Gerard Jennings, for BHP, has dialed up those Bear blitzes at the perfect times and have really affected Jackson Allman. Even when they haven't gotten sacks, he's been forced to throw kind of off-platform or out of his rhythm. So with the Bulldogs trailing 38-9 at half, game's likely out of reach, but still want to build some positive momentum heading into the Crescent game next week at home with an opportunity to clinch second place in the region slate. If you weren't with us for the first half, there were scoring plays by Jaden Glenn, MJ Earl, Deshaun Jenkins, Noah Thomas, Taj Watson-Martin, Nick Sargent, and a 40-yard field goal by Benji Ward with a score of 38-9. And we are underway in the second half of action as Benji Ward's kickoff is away and fielded by Jace Harrison-Widner at the 8. Jace Harrison-Widner looking for the sideline, crosses the 15, the 20, the 25, before being brought down by a slew of BHP defenders right around the 30-yard line. So the Bulldogs will take over on offense for the first time in the second half with 11:42 remaining in the third quarter. Ball is spotted at their own 31-yard line. Ty Miller, Landon McMillan split out to the right, Jennings and Mattress out to the left. Allman in the backfield with the running back Spear. Jackson Allman looking to throw quickly, and he does. Complete to Mellow Mattress for a gain of 3 or 4 yards. They will give him 3 out to the 34-yard line. A quick hitter after several targets in the first half from Allman to Mattress fell incomplete. This time the pair connecting actually for just a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 from the 33-yard line. Allman quickly back to the line, takes the snap, hands it off to Brace Spear on a stretch play to the right. Spear across the 35 and tackled at the 36. A 3-yard gain brings up 3rd down and 5. Another 3rd down situation for this Bulldogs offense, who has been pretty poor on 3rd down today so far. Two receivers to each side yet again for the quarterback, Allman. Spear to his right in the backfield. 4 down linemen for BHP. Everyone crowded up to the line. Allman takes a snap. He's looking to throw. Sam Jennings has a step on the DB. Unfortunately, just a little bit out in front of Sam Jennings, who was wide open on a go ball. He had a step on number 21, D. Chester. Likely could have taken it the distance, but unfortunately, Allman can't quite connect with him, overthrows him, and the punt team will come out with 10:44 remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, Sam, I like to see that Bulldog offense really taking a shot there. It seems like this whole time on offense, Jennings has had a step on his on the defense, and I really like taking a shot there. Although it didn't end up with a success, I do like that offense.
The BHP Bears defense stands firm on the first drive of the second half. Jennings' punt goes out of bounds inside the 35-yard line at the 33. Not going to allow Taj Watson-Martin a chance at a return. We've seen how explosive he can be. So BHP takes over just a minute and 22 seconds into the second half at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what this defense, what adjustments he made at halftime, really to get after the quarterback and prevent some of those long plays downfield.
BHP coming out in a bunched-up, tight formation here on first down. They hand it off to M.J. Earl on first down. Earl gets out of an ankle tackle and gains a couple more yards. Gain of 4 in totality on the play. Up to the 39-yard line to bring up second down and 6. BHP offense in no hurry, deliberately will get to the line. They'll split the running back M.J. Earl out into the slot to join number 19, Jaden Glenn, who's lined up outside. And on the near side is the receiver, Jacobs Paul. Coming in motion now, right to left is Earl. Noah Thomas takes a snap. He's looking to fire down the seam for his tight end. Ball's incomplete. Overthrew Nick Sargent. Zach Collymore was there in coverage. Bring up third down and 6. After Pendleton's offense was forced to punt after a 3-and-out, Pendleton defense with a chance to return the favor to BHP here. It's been a struggle for this defense to get off the field in these situations, however. 3rd and 6 from the 39. 4 down front for the Bulldogs. Thomas takes a snap, rolls out to his right, steps up in the pocket, fires for the sideline, and completes the pass to Taj Watson-Martin before he goes out of bounds at the 47. That'll move the chains. They'll be 1st and 10 from the 47 for the Bears. Clock, of course, stops for Watson-Martin to go out of bounds.
Yeah, Sam, it seems like Martin's really Noah Thomas's go-to guy on those 3rd and longs. Seems like on most of these plays, he's really looked towards him, and it's really came up big.
And they'll spot the football on the right hash. BHP moving from our right to left. They have a 1st and 10 from their own 47. 3 receivers to the left, none to the right of the quarterback, Thomas. He takes a snap, fires a screen complete to Taj Watson-Martin. Makes the guy miss at the 45, hurdles one of his fellow offensive players before being angled out of bounds at the 50 by number 15, Jordan Mattress. Gain of 3 on the play, but a decent job by the Pendleton defense to limit Watson-Martin to just 3 on the play, as we've seen what he can do when he has the ball in space.
Yeah, I like what I saw right there on the defense. This whole game, those screen passes have really been dangerous with Martin being able to get out downfield. I thought the Bulldogs did a really good job getting out there and making the tackle.
2nd and 7 now from the 50. Noah Thomas, the quarterback, takes a snap, hands it off to M.J. Earl right up the middle, and he has enough for the 1st down.
Looks like we got some extracurriculars out there by the Bulldogs.
I think we're going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Grayson Wynn. And we also have a shaken-up Bulldog at the 40-yard line. And I beg your pardon, that was actually Malachi Hester, the backup running back on the run. Showed a nice burst, pick up the 1st down. We're likely going to have 15 yards added to that. The injured Bulldog was Jordan Mattress. They helped him to his feet at the 40-yard line. Officials discussing the call at midfield.
Yeah, Sam, I'm not sure what was going on there. It looked like the Bulldog player ripped the helmet off of the BHP player. I can only guess that that's going to result in that 15-yard penalty. But right there, you just need to have some discipline on that play. It was after the ball had already been down, so I think that really just needed to. That didn't need to happen.
Motions are high as this game has a lot riding on it. They're going to have offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties against the two players involved, and the Boo Birds are out here at BHP High School. We've got 2 flags flying in, and that's going to be 15 yards against BHP now, as BHP's coaching staff was not happy with the call.
That's right, Tim. A lot of boos coming in from the crowd, as well as the BHP sideline. Not very happy with the officials there.
So a long stoppage as we get everything sorted out. No telling where they're going to spot this football. Coach Russell Blackston and his staff were not very happy with whatever ended up being the call there. They thought offsetting penalties was not fair to their player. So it looks like we've got an additional 15-yard penalty against BHP. So in totality, we have 2 offsetting penalties against Grayson Wynn and a BHP Bear player. But then the reaction to that call elicits a 15-yard unsportsmanlike flag against a member of the BHP coaching staff. So after all of that, I'm anticipating we're going to see a 1st and 25 from about the 46 or the 44, and that is exactly what it's going to be. Coach Howell getting a little bit of clarity at midfield from the white hat official.
Yeah, like you said, Sam, like we had mentioned pregame, this game has a lot riding on it to hold the keys to the playoffs, really. And you can really see, even with the scoreboard being very lopsided, there's a lot of emotions from both teams really here early in the second half.
Absolutely, and Coach Russell Blackston of BHP is going to take this moment of stoppage to just huddle around his entire team, get his entire team huddled around him and his entire coaching staff. And I'm thinking the message is probably something like, all right, guys, we're up 29 points. We don't need to just gift Pendleton these yards. Keep your emotions under control. Control what you can control. Don't do anything stupid. I think that's likely about the gist of the conversation that was being had there. So with the 15-yard penalty, they're actually going to move the chains back as well. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 44 for BHP. So that's a bit of a tough break for the Bulldogs, but can't complain too much after the entire incident started with Grayson Wynn ripping the helmet off of a BHP offensive player. So after that entire kerfuffle, we got a 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line for BHP, leading 38-9. Thomas takes a snap on 1st down. He's looking to fire to a wide-open receiver, and he overshoots his man, Evan Gaines, the 5'10 junior wide receiver, was literally uncovered.
Well, it looks like we also have a flag on the field.
We do have a flag on the field, and
not sure what that would be called on.
BHP not happy about it. It is an ineligible receiver downfield against the Bears. We're waiting to see if Coach Howell will accept or decline that penalty. If he accepts that it's 1st and 15. If he declines, it'll be 2nd and 10. He will decline the penalty, says the far sideline line judge. That brings up 2nd and 10 from BHP's 44-yard line for the Bears. Noah Thomas, the quarterback, comes back out in the shotgun with Malachi Hester in the backfield. He'll fire a screen pass to number 14, Jacobs Paul, caught at the 45. He'll get about 3 yards after the catch before being shoved out of bounds at the 48-yard line to bring up another 3rd down.
I'll tell you, I think that might be something Howell really highlighted at halftime in the locker room. Those screen paths really in the first half seem to be having their way. But the Bulldog defense is really stepping up and getting out to prevent the extra yardage.
Yeah, they're doing a great job on the perimeter after being pretty soft on the perimeter, I thought, in that first half. And now another big 3rd down and 6. 8:42 remaining in the third quarter, and the hard count by Noah Thomas gets the entire Pendleton defensive line to jump. That is yet another lack of discipline on that play for Coach Howell's defensive unit. That makes a 3rd and 6 a much more manageable 3rd and 1 for the Bears. Just a very costly penalty there for the Bulldogs. 3rd and 1 for BHP, now in Pendleton territory at the 48. They'll hand it off to MJ Earl right up the middle. After a couple of jump cuts, a stiff arm. He's still on his feet. Drags the defender inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And MJ Earl showing off the big boy strength on that carry. A gain of 19. He dragged number 24, Landon Vaughn, probably about 5 yards at the tail end of that play. So another first down for BHP's offense, which is firing on all cylinders at the moment. First down and 10 from the 28-yard line of Pendleton. And Pendleton, a couple of late subs, will be forced to use its first time out of the half. We'll take a quick one with them and hear from a couple of our sponsors. Bulldogs trail 38-9 at BHP. You're listening to Bulldog Football, brought to you by Longhorn Steakhouse on Spirit Radio. Attention, ghost hunters. Imagine it's dark and you're being led by candlelight through a 200-year-old haunted plantation home. Sound scary? Sound fun? Don't miss your chance to be part of this once-a-year only event. Visit www.pendletonhistoricfoundation.org and purchase tickets to the wildly popular Pendleton Ghost Tours. Limited tickets will be sold, not for the faint of heart, and no one under 17 will be admitted. Call John at 864-646-7249 or visit www.pendletonhistoricfoundation.org today. Pendleton Historic Foundation, preserving and interpreting Pendleton's history. Go Bulldogs. 8:31 remaining in the third quarter of action. BHP Bears on top of our Pendleton Bulldogs, 38-9. The Bears offense looking to add to the damage. First down and 10 in Pendleton territory at the 28-yard line, going from our right to left on the left hash. Noah Thomas fakes the handoff to Earl, rolls out to his right, pump fakes, and fires to a wide-open Taj Watson-Martin for a touchdown. A 28-yard connection between Noah Thomas and Taj Watson-Martin for the 28-yard touchdown to make it a 44-9 game pending the extra point. What in the world happened on that play?
Yeah, Sam, I'm not sure. You know, when the quarterback scrambled out, he was just wide open in the end zone. Not sure where that hole from the defense came, but definitely executed well by BHP.
The slow developing play as Thomas extended the play with his legs. And I guess Watson-Martin just got behind the defense as the extra point is good. That makes it a 45-9 game. A game that just around 12 minutes of game action ago was 14-9, has completely gotten out of hand here at Marley Gambrell Field between BHP and Pendleton. Pendleton will have a chance to respond and really need to start putting some drives on offense together, not necessarily to affect the outcome of this game, but just to maintain and build some confidence for next week's important clash with the Crescent Tigers for second place in the region. That was a competitive game last year, and if you just do some aggregate scoring in terms of the matchup with BHP, Crescent only lost to BHP 55-28, able to put 4 touchdowns up on the board against the Bears. So just based on that score and the score here tonight so far, 45-9, you'd like to think the Bulldogs are going to have their hands full next Friday night on Halloween night inside Cunningham Stadium at Pendleton High School. Cheerleaders dancing to the electric shuffle during the changeover, and now the kick is away by Benji Ward. The wobbler is going to be fielded by Jace Harrison-Whitner at the 15-yard line, who reverses field, is looking for the edge, now cuts upfield, hurdles over a defender, and the ball comes out at the end of the play. They're going to say he is down by contact, however. Down at the 32 or 33-yard line. And a couple of players are shaken up. Jace Harrison-Whitner for the Bulldogs, who was the returner on the play, and And his fellow number 8, Ty Dubois, is also a little slow to his feet. Chase Harrison Whitner still down.
Yeah, Sam, it looked like the ball carrier was down. Just the ball came out the second he hit the ground, and I will say the officials have been very busy here early in the second half. You got to think, there's been some unnecessary penalties by the defense. You think if that one offsides play wouldn't have happened, the defense might have been coming off the field with no additions to the scoreboard. So, a lot of unnecessary penalties by the Bulldogs here tonight, and hopefully, they can get that taken care of here the rest of the game and, kind of clean some things up headed in. There's still plenty of time left to fix some of those things and, carry it into next week.
Yeah, that's a very good point. The Bulldogs have shot themselves in the foot at what have been some very inopportune times. Good to see Jace Harrison Whitner help to his feet and walking off the field under his own power. 8:14 remaining in the third quarter. Game obviously out of hand. 45-9, BHP on top of our Pendleton Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs offense back out there. 1st and 10 for that unit from its own 33-yard line. Allman comes out in the pistol formation with Deshaun Jenkins joining him in the backfield. Allman takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Jenkins. Actually, he'll fake the handoff and fire it on a pass to Ty Miller. Ty Miller makes the grab, but he is leveled. Number 6, KJ Miles, laying the lumber on Ty Miller as he juggled that pass for a moment and then was able to bring it in. The high pass from Jackson Allman. A 2-yard gain on the play, but Ty Miller will likely be feeling that hit in the morning.
That's right, Sam. He might be waking up pretty sore after that one.
Brings up a 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs. Allman takes the snap, hands it up to Jenkins, this time on the sweep right to left. And no gain on the play for Jenkins. Unable to get the edge for being tackled by number 24, Charlie Haney. Sophomore offensive linebacker. First time we've called his name tonight. Yet another 3rd and long situation for this Bulldog offense. Feel like a broken record reporting that for probably the 6th or 7th time tonight.
That's right, Sam. Seems like this is a reoccurring thing. Seems like every drive we've had some 3rd and longs, and hopefully we can convert this first down here.
3rd and 8, 2 receivers to each side for Allman. Now coming in motion left to right is Mattress. Allman takes the snap. Pressure in his face. He's going to loft one deep for Landon McMillan, but he overshoots his man. Incomplete. McMillan got behind the defender, number 21, D. Chester. But yet again, Allman just puts it a little bit too far out in front of him. He'll bring up a 4th and 8, and on comes the punt unit for what seems like the 100th time tonight for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Sam, they really can't. It seems like they can't really get anything going on offense. They make one good play downfield, and really in the next set of downs, it's really the BHP really seems to find a way to get a stop here right there early in the downs.
Absolutely. You can tell this is a very well-coached defense.
Looks like we have a false start on the Bulldogs.
Either going to be a false start or an encroachment against number 51. It'll be interesting to see what the officials rule here. Each side is pointing at the other. Bulldogs think it was the Bears. The Bears think it was the Bulldogs. It is going to be an encroachment, an offsides against VHP. That'll set up a 4th and 3, and I wonder if that changes the mind of Coach Grayson Howell. It will not. Punt unit will stay out there for this 4th and 3. Sam Jennings, the punter. Heels are on the 25-yard line. Taj Watson-Martin set up to return at the BHP 32. Jennings gets the high punt away. It'll be fair caught at the 40 by Taj Watson-Martin. So BHP will have it there with 6:48 remaining in the third quarter. Starting this drive at their own 40-yard line. Wouldn't be surprised if we started seeing some more BHP reserves getting some action. Maybe not on this drive, but sometime in the very imminent future. now it's still BHP's offensive starters out here for this next offensive drive. They're second of the second half. Two running backs in the formation with Thomas. He fakes the handoff. He'll fire down the sideline to a wide-open MJ Earl. Puts a little out in front of him and incomplete. Earl dove to try to make the catch at the Pendleton 30-yard line. It was just out of his outstretched arms. Incomplete there. It's a flag sitting down at the BHP 37-yard line. So this will be an interesting call, and it is a holding against BHP. That'll set up a 1st and 20 now. So no play. Be 1st and 20 after the holding penalty from the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Bulldog defense really take advantage of that penalty there.
Bulldogs definitely need a stop here defensively, not just for the morale of this game, but for their confidence heading into next week. Noah Thomas takes a snap for BHP, rolls out to his right, a big crow hop as he fires down the field, and he has a wide-open Taj Watson-Martin, who makes the catch, who had to come back a little bit to make the catch at the 15 before being wrestled down at the 8-yard line by Mikey Harrison. It was a moon ball.
That's his guy, Sam. That's his guy. You know, I'm really interested. I'm looking forward to, you know, probably seeing Martin be playing on Saturday someday here in the near future.
Absolutely. The junior defensive back and receiver looks like he has what it takes to play at the next level. 1st and 10, 1st and goal from the 8. Noah Thomas is going to roll out to his left. Fire for the end zone. Near pylon. Touchdown. Number 23, Jakiri Anderson. Jakiri Anderson makes the catch for the 8-yard touchdown. He was a captain and starts at linebacker. Haven't seen him too much on offense, but he makes an impressive catch there to extend the BHP lead. It is all BHP Bears here at Marley Gambrill Field on senior night here. On for the extra point is Benji Ward. Pulled by Rhett Turner is down, and the kick is good. That'll make it 52-9 BHP with 6:13 remaining in the third quarter. We'll be back after hearing from a couple of our sponsors. You're listening to Bulldog Football on Spirit Radio.
Are you in the market for a new washer or dryer? How about a new refrigerator or a new range? Maybe you'd rather have a new state-of-the-art TV and home theater system with surround sound. If so, be sure to go see the folks at Crenshaws TV and Appliance for the finest selection, advice, and service after the sale. Open 24/7 at www.tvandappliance.com. Proud sponsor of the Pendleton Bulldogs. That's www.tvandappliance.com. Looking for a place to connect and build community? Join us at Foothills Church in Pendleton. We meet every Sunday at 10 a.m. at Pendleton High School. Whether you're new to exploring your faith or looking for a new church home, you're welcome here. Come experience uplifting worship, a message with real-life application, and a community that cares. That's Foothills Church, Sundays at 10 a.m. at Pendleton High School. We can't wait to see you there.
Sam Goodrow's Cam Souther back with you here from BHP High School. The 8-0 Bears going to improve to 9-0 here tonight in front of their home fans. They lead 52-9 with 6:13 remaining in the third quarter. BHP, the state runner-ups last year, their offensive attack has been led by junior wide receiver Taj Watson-Martin. Receiver and DB holds offers from Coastal Carolina, ETSU, Penn State, Duke, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, ECU, App State, Liberty, Marshall, Georgia Southern, Cincinnati, and Toledo, and probably many more on the way for the talented junior two-way player who seems to have a bright future in football ahead of him.
That's right, Sam. It seems to be like he has it all out here. But, you know, moving into this drive, like you mentioned earlier on the last drive, I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some reserves coming in. I think that would be big, you know, for the BHP team looking to head into a long postseason run. So I wouldn't be surprised. It'd be nice for them to save some legs here early in the third quarter. So it'd be nice. Hopefully the Bulldog offense can get some score on the board.
Absolutely, and it looks like BHP does have some at least reserve defensive linemen in the game. Some guys I'm seeing out there for the first time. Number 42, Avery Bishop. Number 85, Kanaza Bryant. Number 35, Emerson Goodwin, among many other, looks like youngins in the game on defense for the Bears. For the Bulldogs, it's still the first group on offense. Allman in the backfield with the running back Spear. He hands it off to Spear on first down, and Spear plows ahead for a gain of 11 yards on first down, taking advantage of some of these second stringers by the BHP defense. His gain of 11 puts the football at the 46-yard line and sets up another 1st and 10.
I'll tell you, Sam, I think Spear's been a really bright spot for tonight. He's had multiple of those long runs to really take advantage of that BHP defense.
Looking to do more of the same throughout the rest of this drive. 1st and 10. Fake the handoff to Spear this time. Pressure in Allman's face. He's forced to try to check it down for Ty Miller, but it falls at his feet incomplete. So with the margin the way it is, Bulldogs trailing by 43, we do have a running clock. I believe the rule is any lead above 42 elicits a running clock. 2nd down and 10, a stretch play to the left for the running back Spear. Spear, another really nice run, will gain 4 or 5 yards as he crosses midfield in the BHP territory at the 49, sets up a 3rd and 5. Four minutes, 25 seconds to go in the third quarter. Allman, with the hard count, gets number 51, defensive tackle Holden Chandler, to jump off sides. That should be good enough for a 1st down for Pendleton, and it will be. I'll move the ball to the BHP 44-yard line. First down and 10 yet again for the Bulldogs. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Spear still in the game at a running back. Allman takes a snap, forces a step from the pocket. He fires to a wide-open Sam Jennings for the 1st down before getting out of bounds at the 21. Jennings has done it all tonight for the Bulldogs. Few really nice punts to pen BHP back deep in their own territory.
Yeah, Sam, I like what I'm seeing from the Bulldog offensive line. Especially on this drive, I'm seeing a lot of good blocks to give the quarterback some time to make a play downfield.
So 1st and 10 from the 22 in BHP territory now for the Bulldogs. Allman takes a snap, looking to throw again. Fires for the back of the end zone and too far for Sam Jennings in the middle of the end zone. Couldn't quite get on the same page, and Allman has just not quite had the touch on the deep balls tonight. He's been fine on the intermediate throws and on the throws over the middle. But anytime you've asked him to throw to the sideline on an out route or throw down the field on a vertical, it seems like it's been a little bit inaccurate at times. That brings up 2nd down from the 22-yard line, 2:50 to go in the third quarter. Bulldogs in the pistol formation. Allman hands it to Spear. Spear breaks to his right, now reverses course to his left. Spear has a convoy. Spear is in the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown from 22 yards out. Brace Spear finds pay dirt.
Yeah, that was a really good run by Spear. Again, great blocking out by the wide receiver to help lead him into the end zone for 6.
Brayberry is on to attempt the extra point. Bulldogs into double digits scoring tonight. Trailing 52-15, looking to make it 52-16 here if they can add the extra point, and the extra point is blocked. So the score will remain at 52-15 here with 2:29 remaining in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break, and BHP will have the football on the other side. You're listening to Bulldog Football on 105.1 WABB Spirit Radio, brought to you by Longhorn Steakhouse. Attention, ghost hunters. Imagine it's dark and you're being led by candlelight through a 200-year-old haunted plantation home. Sound scary? Sound fun? Don't miss your chance to be part of this once-a-year only event. Visit www.pendletonhistoricfoundation.org and purchase tickets to the wildly popular Pendleton Ghost Tours. Limited tickets will be sold, not for the faint of heart, and no one under 17 will be admitted. Call John at 864-646-7249 or visit www.pendletonhistoricfoundation.org today. Pendleton Historic Foundation, preserving and interpreting Pendleton's history. Go Bulldogs. Is your vehicle in need of a wash right now? Visit any Tiger Express Wash location in Clemson, Easley, Pendleton, or Seneca, and you can be through the tunnel with a clean, dry car in about 3.5 minutes. Plus, with the Anywhere Unlimited Fast Pass, keep that shine with a wash as often as you like at any of our upstate locations. Customers enjoy an eco-friendly, fun jungle theme and free vacuum use. Tiger Express Wash. More locations, same quality care. Sam Goodrow, Cam Souther back with you from BHP High School. 22-yard touchdown on the previous play by Bray Spear made it a 52-15 game.
Looks like we have another flag out on the field. Looks like they might pick that off again.
Yeah, it looks like an offsides against the Bulldogs. That'll set them back 5 yards. One of the kickoff coverage guys crossed the 40 before the kick was away. So Brody Sprayberry will be forced to pick the tee up, put it down at the 35-yard line, and we will try things again. Back deep to return for BHP, number 20. And number 14, Jacobs Paul. Sprayberry's kick is away. A short kick toward the middle of the field will be fair caught at the 34-yard line by number 12, DeJuan Walker.
Yes, Sam, I'd be interested to see if they bring out Noah Thomas here on this drive, or go to the backup quarterback.
I think you might be onto something here. Noah Thomas with his helmet off on the sideline. Might be time for backup to get his chance, but first that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. And through three, your score, BHP 52, Pendleton 15. We'll be back with the fourth quarter on the other side of a few quick announcements from our sponsors.
Looking for a place to connect and build community? Join us at Foothills Church in Pendleton. We meet every Sunday at 10 a.m. at Pendleton High School. Whether you're new to exploring your faith or looking for a new church home, you're welcome here. Come experience uplifting worship, a message with real-life application, and a community that cares. That's Foothills Church, Sundays at 10 a.m. at Pendleton High School. We can't wait to see you there.
West Cox Law Firm in Pendleton is proud to sponsor the Bulldogs. For help with real estate, wills, probate, or your small business, go see West Cox Law Firm in Pendleton. They're as tough and quick on your legal needs as the Bulldogs on a Friday night. Go to westcoxlaw.com after tonight's victory party to make your appointment. Guy's Pizza in Sandy Springs is the official pizza of Pendleton High School football. Come see us on Highway 76 right across the street from the Michelin plant in Sandy Springs. We're the home of the famous award-winning Bird Dog Pizza. Sam Goodrow, Cam Souther back with you here for the fourth quarter of action between the BHP Bears and the Pendleton Bulldogs. In at quarterback for BHP is number 20, who we do not have a name on the roster for, so apologies for that. We were just going to call him number 20 if that suits you. He hands it off to number 10, Prodigy Tate, on first down for a 9-yard gain. That's a pretty cool name, Prodigy Tate. I think that would qualify him as a member of the all-name team in high school football.
I think so. I'd like to see that list in high school football. I know in college there's a lot of good names out there.
Still privy to the running clock for this fourth quarter of action. That clock is still moving. The quarterback takes the snap for BHP, stiff arms a defender, tries to turn the corner, and then gets out of bounds. at the 45-yard line. He has enough for the BHP first down. So an opportunity for this BHP team to let some inexperienced players get some run in a region contest. To your point, maybe building some depth for what they hope to be a deep postseason run, which they saw in the state championship last year when they fell 35-17 to Oceanside Collegiate Academy. Hand off this time to number 22.
Oh, the ball.
Cam Robinson. The ball comes out. I believe a BHP Bear did recover. Loss of about 3 on the play. BHP glad to still have the football. Under 10 minutes to play. If you're just joining us, it was a 14-9 game as late as with 8:42 remaining in the second quarter, and since that point, it's really been all BHP. A couple of explosive plays by Noah Thomas and Taj Watson-Martin really helped the Bears separate tonight from the Bulldogs. The Bears looking to clinch another region championship. Quarterback keeper this time for BHP sheds a couple tackles before being chipped by Zy Collimore for no gain. We'll bring up third down and 13. Got a couple college football games going on right now. North Texas leading Charlotte 34-20. And then some ACC action on a Friday night. Cal tied up with the Virginia Tech Hokies in Lane Stadium, 20-20, with 5:06 remaining in the third. Looking forward to broadcasting next week's game between the Pendleton Bulldogs and the Crescent Tigers, likely for second place in Region 1 and 3A. BHP next week plays at Walhalla. Fourth down play goes out of bounds. BHP will punt.
Yeah, Sam, right before this punt, I did want to just give a quick shout-out to the guys over at Cam's Cutters. Just give them a call for all your landscaping needs as well as Southern Land Surveying. If you have any questions or problems with your property, just give them a call.
Absolutely. We love supporting local businesses. Thank you to the folks at Cam's Cutters and Southern Land Surveying. Good punt by BHP. He's going to roll to the Pendleton 8-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will take over. The clock's still running with 7.5 minutes remaining in this game.
Yeah, Sam, I'd like to see the Bulldogs come out here and keep the offense firing. I know the scoreboard's not what they want to see tonight, but I'd like to see them go out with a good drive here. They might get, hopefully they can march down the field and hopefully get 7 on the board.
Still Jackson Allman in at quarterback. Receivers in the game are Landon McMillan, Ty Miller, Mellow Mattress, and Sam Jennings. So the usual suspects on offense out there for the Bulldogs. Allman takes a snap, will fire a screen to Mellow Mattress with a convoy of offensive linemen blocking for him out in front. A gain of at least 15 yards on that play. Mellow Mattress showing off his run after the catch abilities. Officially a gain of 19 on the play up to the 27-yard line. That clock's still moving. 6 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the game. BHP on top, 52-15. Bulldogs trying to cut into that deficit. Allman takes a snap, hands it off to Deshaun Jenkins. Jenkins has a hole off the left side, gets to the edge, has the sideline, 40-45, for being shrugged out of bounds around the 50.
Yeah, Sam, and that's good enough for a Bulldog first down.
Absolutely. Love to see the Bulldogs moving the chains yet again.
Yeah, I hope this. I'm hoping this drive will end in 7 on the board. I think that'd be good to go into the next game. With a little bit of confidence, I know they'll be looking to going to Monday's practice, really looking to update some things with their play calling and, just all around look to get better heading to the next game.
Green pass on first down to Landon McMillan. McMillan able to get the edge and outrun a couple of BHP defenders before being run out of bounds inside the 35. It looks like the standard on defense does not change when the backups go in. The defensive coordinator is beside himself. That's Gerard Jennings. Not very happy with the efforts of his reserves on that play. And brings up a 1st and 10 from the 38 in BHP territory for the Bulldogs. Now BHP subbing a couple of its starting defensive linemen in the game. Allman takes a snap. He's looking to throw. Fires quickly out to the right to Landon McMillan. And McMillan is tackled in the open field.
Like the ball came out, but it looks like the officials are going to mark him down.
Was down on the play. Cam Robinson on the tackle. Excuse me, that was Avery Bishop on the tackle, linebacker number 42. A nice open field tackle. 4.5 minutes to go. BHP up 52-15. The Bulldogs looking to add some more to their tally, trailing by 37. Allman fires to Mattress, who shakes off a tackle at the 28-yard line. Mattress has one man to beat, and he does for the Bulldog touchdown. A 35-yard strike from Jackson Allman to Mello Mattress gets the Bulldogs to within 31 points.
Yeah, I'm glad to see them getting Mello Mattress involved here as of late. I would like to see him get more involved here earlier in the game, but I heading into the next game, I think it's big to go ahead and get him involved, get some confidence up, and get 6 on the board there.
Brayberry on for the extra point attempt. Snap the hole, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 3:39 and counting remaining in the game, that makes the score BHP 52, Pendleton 22. After trailing 52-9, Bulldogs have rattled off 13 unanswered points on its last 2 drives, a 22-yard touchdown by Bray Spear, and a 35-yard touchdown by Mello Mattress.
Nothing better than a Friday night football. Looks like both coaches are playing. It's pretty cool here. Regardless of what the scoreboard says, they're out there doing stuff.
Absolutely, and we thank all of you who have been listening tonight. If you haven't gotten out to a game at Cunningham Stadium, next week would be a great chance to do so for a battle for second place in Region 1 between the Crescent Tigers and our Pendleton Bulldogs. Pendleton going to fall to 5-4 on the season after tonight. Belton Honey Path will improve to 9-0, 3-0 in the region. Pendleton will fall to 2-1 in the region here on BHP's senior night. And getting the Gatorade bath now is head coach Russell Blackston from Taj Watson Martin and Jakari Anderson. The BHP, with the win, clinches the region title. Squib kick is fielded by number 12, DeJuan Walker.
Looks like BHP's trying to get their other coach and actually ends up tackling him outside the end zone as he runs away from getting that Gatorade bath.
He does not want the Gatorade bath at all, does he?
I wouldn't either. It's pretty chilly out there.
Coach Blackston doing a pretty nice job shaking that one off, giving a hug to one of his staffers. I definitely would not want to get a Gatorade bath here tonight either. Did they end up getting him?
I don't think so. I think he's pretty dry right now.
Ball's on the 50, 1st and 10 for BHP. They just have to run a couple of plays before this one goes final. Cam, obviously, the result not what the Bulldogs wanted, but you think they're able to take away some positive momentum just from those last 2 drives, able to move the ball down the field?
Yeah, Sam, definitely. I like what I saw here as of late down the stretch. I do believe in this Bulldog offense. And, their defense showed a lot of good things tonight. And even the offense, there are a lot of plays. But, the biggest thing is those unenforced errors. With the penalties, the offsides, the false starts, the illegal man downfield. There's been a lot of penalties tonight that have really just set them back. And the more penalties you have, the less of a chance you have to make some good things happen. So I think that next week should be their biggest thing to clean up is fixing those penalties.
I think you're absolutely right. One last play before this one goes final. A handoff up the middle to number 22, Cam Robinson. Robinson going to be pushed ahead by his offensive line. That will be the final play of the game. Your final score, BHP 52, Pendleton 22. Join us next week as Pendleton hosts the Crescent Tigers for second place in Region 1 of 3A. Before we wrap things up here with an abbreviated Reigns on Exchange post-game show, just wanted to give a special shout-out to my friend and roommate Cam Souther, who had a fantastic debut tonight on the broadcast. Had never done any broadcasting prior, and Cam, you did an outstanding job tonight.
Well, thank you, Sam. I appreciate you having me out here. It's really cool to be able to do this with you and watch some good high school football.
Well, it was an exciting game tonight. Once again, the final score, BHP 52, Pendleton 22. BHP clinches the crown in Region 1 3A here at Marley Gambrell Field on senior night in front of its home fans. That's going to do it for us here from BHP High School. For my partner Cam Souther, for Jeannie Burris back at the studio, I'm Sam Goodrow, saying God bless and go Bulldogs.